I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers.
I'm Banjo. Welcome back to Alex Month. That's Banjo.
In celebration
It's
of
you.
in celebration of Alex Month, we have a first for the channel.
Our first. This isn't what?
Yeah,
This is.
it's our first remap.
What the fuck's a remap?
Well, Alex, I'm glad you asked because this is your month. But a remap is when we've done a map out before and we decided to do it again.
I've given Spencer hosting duties on this episode, and I regret it immediately.
Yeah, because today we're gonna remap Banjo Kazooie for the N64. Although I highly doubt any of us played it on the N64 this time.
Well, I should say that we, as in me and Alex, are going to remap it, but you, Spencer, will be mapping it out for the first time.
Oh, Banjo virgin.
That's true.
Not anymore.
Unfortunately, I'm not a Banjo virgin.
That's true.
That's very sad because in my history of playing Banjo, I'll be able to say the first game I played in the Banjo series was Banjo Pilot.
True.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you're no longer a true Banjo virgin. You know, the Banjo Pilot doesn't quite, it's like, maybe first base,
I
think once you
often
go
forget-
Kazooie, it's like you're doing the full, field.
Yeah.
I often forget that we even did pilot.
I often try to
I'll be
forget
like-
that we did Pilot.
I'll be like looking through our episodes, and I'm just like, oh yeah, pilot. That's a thing. That was one. That was an episode.
Speaking of pilot, this may not be our pilot episode, but where can viewers hear more about us?
Who?
You.
Me. Okay, well, you just say my name. Well, hop in your plane and pilot your way on over to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, where you can listen to every episode of the Butt Mappers since 2019. So, we're on Discord.
Yeah, and pilot yourself on over to YouTube. Hopefully you're watching us there, and hit the like button, the subscribe button, and use that awesome grid full of letters in that sandcastle to leave us a great comment below, telling us what your favorite Banjo moment is.
I'm Banjo.
And I'm Kazooie.
And we are Banjo and Kazooie.
So, before we tackle this beast of a game, I did want to, longtime fans of the series might know that this was the first game you guys did. Why did you guys pick Banjo Kazooie as your map out beginning?
I don't know.
All right. So anyway, Banjo Kazooie is
It's a very important game for both me and Teddy. And obviously, it's I've talked about it many times. It's one of my favorite games of all time. That's why I'm okay doing the remap for Alex Month as part of Alex Month, because it's a very important game to myself. I'll let Teddy speak on how important it is to him, or the franchise is to him. But I love Rareware, love Banjo Kazooie, and we had to start somewhere, right? We started at Wario's Woods. Oh,
was it between Banjo Kazooie and Wario's Woods?
oh.
I think there's much map to that one. I think back to 2019, we were trying to pick something that, like, because we had done collabs together over on Turbo Zone. I think we'd done like Donkey Kong Country, Metroid Prime, etc. And we felt like we were doing a lot of the standard, most notable games. And we wanted to pick something that was close to home for us, but that was still kind of like, I don't know, fit a theme. At that time, we didn't even know what a map out was. If you listen to the whole episode, we don't use the phrase map out once. we just call it a mapping, you know. And I think it's later that when we recorded something, we were like, yeah, map out, hey, you know. So I think that was like our third episode. We had done a discourse and we had done a game talk up to that point. And Banjo Kazooie, I think, was like a nice kind of medium. It's not my favorite Banjo game. The series itself, I don't know how, like if it's as important to me as maybe it is to Alex, but I do love, especially like the ones that I love within it. Banjo Kazooie, I find is a really good game. Tui is like really instrumental in my formulation of like my understanding of video games. And so I was more than happy to start our map out series with Banjo Kazooie.
See, you didn't mention pilot. Okay. Um,
Reasonably so.
we called it the mapping. I'm just kidding. No, yeah. I was listening back to the episode last night. Yeah, we don't say map out. We're just like, this is a mapping of Banjo Kazooie. It's so bizarre to like listen back to this because like we were still like developing the show when we did this original episode. Spencer wasn't there.
Nope.
Spencer was a wee baby on the show
He's
yet.
playing on the Wii.
Yeah. Spencer was still playing the Wii.
Definitely.
We call it Wii baby.
The Wii baby. That's Spencer's new channel.
Hey guys, I'm the Wii baby.
I'm the Wii
Wah.
Wah, wah, wee, wee.
Wee.
I'm the French Wii baby.
The French Wii baby.
That's just a wee baby. The French
A
wee.
French Wii baby.
Oh.
That's a great name.
And
So, Spencer, what happens in a remap? Just so the audience knows.
Well, in a map out, we map out every single level / world, depending on the game of a game, and rate it. And at the end, we sum it all up and decide if it's great or not. And in a remap, we do that exact same thing. So
It's the same.
so congratulations.
Nothing's changed. We just do it again.
Yeah. You guys ready to hear about the plot of Banjo Kazooie?
Ooh,
got
shit,
it up
we got
this
plot?
time. Yes,
Wait,
dramatic
hold on,
reading.
I don't have the plot up.
I'm gonna listen from Spencer.
It's all right. I won't. It's fine. Just tell me the story, Spencer.
In a region called Spiral Mountain, a foul-tempered witch named Gruntilda learns from her cauldron Dingpot that Tootie, a brown honey bear living nearby, is more beautiful than her.
I like it already.
Jealous, Gruntilda creates a machine to transfer an entity's beauty to another, which she intends to use with Tootie. Gruntilda kidnaps Tootie while her older brother Banjo is sleeping. Banjo's friend Kazooie, a female red-crested Breagle, wakes him up and the two resolve to rescue Tootie. While Banjo and Kazooie collect musical notes and jiggies to traverse through Gruntilda's lair, they are aided by Bottles, a mole and Tootie's friend, and Mumbo Jumbo, a shaman who used to be Gruntilda's teacher. They also rescue Jinjos, small creatures that Gruntilda imprisoned in each world.
I like how Gruntilda just made this machine. Like she didn't like do research and like build it, and she just made it. She just got up one day and was like, "Yeah, I'm making this machine."
I like that she's a witch that uses machines. Like, why doesn't she has a cauldron? Why doesn't she use like Eye of Newt?
Cast a spell.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the cauldron is a ding pot, so there's not much to work with.
That's true. That's true. Pretty interesting, I guess.
Well, you know what? This plot is, first off, more than pilot.
Okay.
Second,
No, come on.
I think it's just a basis from which to experience the fantastic 3D venturing collectathon platforming gameplay. I don't know if it's like meant to be the substantive aspect that people will go talking about. Dude, do you remember from Banjo Kazooie how Gruntilda tried to steal Tootie's beauty?
Well, actually, Teddy, Banjo Kazooie started out as an RPG. We talked about this before on the pilot episode.
A 64.
Well, it actually started out as an RPG on
Project
the Super
Dream.
Nintendo.
I know.
Yeah, on the Super Nintendo. So
Does-
at
do
one
you wanna
point,
tell
the
us
story the story would have been the focus. Then it's just this.
I know, right? That's
I
so
gave
crazy. It like developed from an RPG to become just this.
Yeah, yeah. It was like at one point it was going to be this grand RPG adventure. Then it's just this. This is the story.
They really boiled it down to
All
the
about
roots of what that JRPG was about, and really, it's just the story of Gruntilda trying to steal Tootie's beauty.
Regular
Is she even-
witchcraft.
Oh, wait, no, I can't say that. I was going to ask if she's even that beautiful, but I said that in the first map out. I'm trying not to retread things I've already said.
Well, Tootie's clearly one hot piece of ass. Like you look at her. And,
Whoa!
what? Look at her.
We don't know how old this bear is. Dude.
Look at how hot she is.
It's no DK64.
Well, no,
Bottles.
definitely not. But
Bottles is
still.
one hot piece of ass. You guys see him?
Did that Donkey Kong?
Bottles.
Mm.
The mole.
I will say that in the game over screen, when the witch Gruntilda uses the spell, she's right, man. She turns pretty hot too.
Yeah, well, just let her. You know?
That's the true ending
What does
for me.
Tootie got? Yeah, what does Tootie got going for her? She lives with her brother in a house in the middle of nowhere. There's like nothing near their house, so
It's vegetables.
except yeah, evil vegetables. The witch's lair that they moved in next to.
Yeah,
Combs.
they must have gotten a good deal in that house. That must have just been a good real estate buy, because there's no way I would move near a witch's lair with her big face on the side of the mountain to
Side of a
remind you.
mount- yeah. So, you know, she got nothing going for her. So really, I think the hot ending is really the real ending.
Mm. Secret ending. All you have to do is
Secret
quit the
ending.
game.
All you have to do is suck.
Secret ending to Banjo Kazooie. Gruntilda's hot.
I died to a cabbage in Spiral Mountain, and I got the true ending.
I want to touch her green boobies. Oh, isn't it big green boobies? Like she's so green.
Well, speaking of real estate and Spiral Mountain that Teddy just said, let's look at Spiral Mountain. This is the beginning of the map out in the tutorial stage. It's
Iconic.
It's got a spiral mountain in the middle, a witch's face on the side, and some fun little tutorial segments all around.
Alex, last time when we did this, you said that this was the perfect stage for a Smash Brothers stage. Did that ever come to fruition?
Holy shit! Holy shit! Did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh, it did. This is in Smash Brothers now. That's amazing.
Is it?
Yeah, Banjo Kazooie and Spiral Mountain both got included in Smash Brothers. And
Nice.
yeah, you fly around you twirl around the top of Spiral Mountain, and different characters fly by and stuff. Little did I know, Sakurai was listening to the show.
He's a
he's
fan.
An old Japanese man that probably doesn't know any like verbal English or anything. You know, if like listen to English podcasts, especially from us. But it happened. So Nintendo, I would like my check. Hey.
It looks like there's a lot of honeycomb pieces, and you get a lot of tutorial here, but no.
It's optional though. Can skip it.
Oh, you can just skip it right through it.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I was like, do you know the game? Played this
Oh,
before?
right. That takes me way back. Yeah, you're right. I said I didn't know the game because I didn't know the game, and so I let it teach me everything.
Yeah, you can just be like, "Yeah, I already know what I'm doing." He's like, "Well, fuck you, dude. Good luck.
Good
Shit.
luck, bitch.
Got shit to say, but you're not. Whatever."
Figure it
Fine.
out. It's actually interesting. Before you get to the first patch of soil, don't have your full moveset. He has to give you your moves. You can't even jump like super high. You could jump like do a baby jump, French baby, and
Baby, the wee baby.
French wee baby. Like my moves
That's
selected
funny
wee
because
on the interface.
I was thinking about that when I was playing because I had played it like years and years ago. Not like for a long time or anything, just like at a friend's house. And I was like, I swear you could jump higher than this. This is so pathetic.
Isn't that weird how he gives you your moves? Like, you already know,
Basically,
like,
reverse Captain Falcon.
he's just like, hey, remember you can like
I'll show you your
jump.
moves.
Like, give me my moves.
Give me my move. My I do want to share this.
I played
don't
the
think
Xbox version. Y'all play the Xbox version?
Yes.
Well, I can't hear you guys now. Is it?
Oh my gosh, here we
Me?
go again.
Uh-oh.
Yes, just you.
Hell.
We can hear him, but he
Oh,
can't.
Discord. You're doing this to me. I'm just gonna talk over you guys.
This happened earlier.
We're going to try to get through this.
Weird.
Find a creative solution.
I don't understand.
Yeah. Like, leave the call. No, he's not going to be able to hear me, huh? Because he can't hear us.
Yeah, you can't hear us.
I'll say rejoin in the chat.
We're in another dimension.
Rejoin. All right, and he's coming. He's
I thought he
zooming
was
on
just
back.
interrupting me again.
You good? Now
Oh,
I
now we
can't.
can't hear. Yeah, now we can't hear you.
Oh, I thought I could hear something.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, here you are. Maybe.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so yeah, we all played. I believe this go around we all played the Xbox version.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was just saying that because I think there's a feature added for the Xbox version I wasn't aware of. They have like a puzzle challenge mode in Bottle's house. If you just look up at Bottle's painting on the wall, and I think there's a series of 7 of them, and you have to complete them as time challenges, and it gives you cheats that you can use in the sandcastle. I only ended up using the last one that you get, but it's pretty funny.
So Teddy's saying he's a cheater.
In this game, yes, the cheats are good.
I was going to
I'm
say
all about the cheat system here. Yeah,
I was going to start saying this a minute ago, then you interrupted me because you couldn't hear me. No, it's fine. It was just funny. That I don't think I mentioned this last episode, but like my first memories of Spiral Mountain was actually I played it at a demo kiosk at a Funko Land.
That's fun.
Forever ago.
Funko
Yeah,
Land.
Funko Land. Whenever that was a thing. I was playing I had this vague memory of like this big N64 Banjo Kazooie kiosk, and you know how they have like the TV mounted. Well, back then it would have been mounted because it's like a CRT, so it's just in the display, and then they have like the controller attached, and it's like really shitty. You can't move it or anything, so you have to like hold it weird. I had fond memories of playing, like my first time playing Banjo being that as a kid, like just getting attacked by a radish or something.
I've never been to a Funko Land.
You won't ever again because they're gone.
Okay. I want to start peppering in Grunty's secrets. Gruntilda's nickname at Witch Squill was Hog Breath. Did you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know a lot of those facts now.
How did you learn that?
Through fire and brimstone. We'll talk about it later.
Played
all right.
RuneScape.
So eventually we get out of Spiral Mountain. It's just do you have anything more to say about Spiral Mountain? It's just a tutorial, right?
Goes in a spiral.
And you finally walk up to that big face in the sky. And you enter Gruntilda's lair. And we've decided we're not going to spend a lot of time talking about this because it's the hub world. Although it is oddly very large and very detailed, and I liked it a lot. But we want to stick to the levels. So Gruntilda's Lair, being what it is, it does lead you to your first major world, which is Mumbo's Mountain.
Doodle, 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 doodle.
To me,
Mumbo Jumbo.
this is more iconic than the Spiral Mountain, because the Spiral Mountain I was just trying to get out, and
Let me out of here.
this is let me out. This is an actual level to me, so I this is where I
strapped in Spiral Mountains.
yeah. Send a text
This
there,
is
like,
where you
get past
stop
the
the game.
get out. I can't get out. But yeah, it's green. It's got a Stonehenge kind of looking thing, and it's got a big gorilla.
I'm going to be the resident Jiggy and Jinjo master. We could actually just take turns. So this one has 10 Jiggies you can afford. Starting with the Eye of Mumbo Skull. Break the houses.
Break the walls down.
Stonehenge.
Druids.
Mumbo's Hill.
King of the Hill.
Deal with Conga.
Donkey Kong.
Impy's Orange.
I'm glad he's not pink.
Shooting Conga.
Donkey Konga.
Donkey Kong.
Termite Mound.
Just waiting for something.
Juju.
King Juju.
And Jinjos.
Whee!
There's also a Witch Switch. Witch
Which
Switch?
switch? Which
The
switch?
Witch Switch.
The witch switch.
Hey.
If you're playing the Switch, this is now available on the Switch.
I hit the Witch Switch on the Switch. Call it a Switch.
I was so confused hitting the witch switch, because it gives you like a little video of what it did, and I spent like a good 5 minutes just looking around the level for where that could possibly be.
Okay.
Spitzer was like, "What the heck?
What? No way! My game's bugged."
I always
Good
forget.
job, Rareware."
It's literally bugged because you need the bug transformation to get it.
Yes.
I thought you were gonna say because you'd rather play Bug on the Sega Saturn.
Did you think that?
Did you honestly think that?
I thought Teddy was gonna say that.
Yeah.
You thought I was going to say that?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Well, that's just a theory.
We got Donkey Kong's here, guys. Donkey Kong's here. Donkey Kong's here from Donkey Kong Month.
Booga booga.
Why didn't they have him throwing barrels?
I don't know.
Because it's not Donkey Kong month.
Isn't it though? Kinda.
Yeah.
Always Donkey Kong Month in our hearts.
Yeah.
I am wearing my Donkey Kong shirt today. Let's do my shirt segment. There he is. He's got Pauline. Teddy's got a blank shirt on.
Green screen.
Oh, you got your Chrono shirt on.
Got my Chrono Trigger shirt on, yeah.
For Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Frogger.
Chrono Frogger.
We did last March.
Yeah, it is
Digital
kind of
Wisdom.
an anniversary type thing, huh?
March tradition.
But what stands out here, guys?
We do learn 3 new moves here.
Ooh, we got.
Beak Buster,
Listen here, Buster.
which looks like the most painful move you could ever do, and you do it like all the time in this game.
Oh, dude, Kazooie takes some fucking beatings.
Yes, she does. Today I learned that it was a girl. I didn't even know it was a girl. Talon Trot, which to me is like the default way of moving in this game.
Yes.
Is just getting around.
Yeah.
Oh, always hear Kazooie's.
Yep. And then egg firing, which I unfortunately didn't understand fully until like the end of the game. So
Had to for that.
What didn't you understand?
the game it doesn't. To me, it never really like pointed you to shoot or poop the eggs or anything. It like I didn't really realize it until the end of the game that like a lot of if there's like a thing that's just there, you just try to shoot it with something. And I didn't really understand that until way late in the game when I was going back trying to get some extra jiggies.
I think that's a circumstance where it actually makes more sense on the N64 controller because you use the C buttons for different things, and up is shoot forward, and down is poop the egg. Yeah. So I feel like I forget what it is on the Xbox controller, but I feel like that's actually one of the circumstances where it makes more sense on the N64 controller.
I think it's just ABXY as the C up, down,
Is
left,
it?
right, and you press R
Yeah.
or L. It might be either or.
Yeah, something like that.
To your credit, I actually prefer the egg firing on Tui. They reinvented a little bit so that you can aim with the up fire, and then there's a second mode in Tui, which is kind of like a FPS, not FPS.
It's GoldenEye. It's GoldenEye.
Yeah, GoldenEye style tank controls, I guess. Right. Right.
No, it's just
Not
it's just
tank
first person shooter. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
GoldenEye.
Banjo Eye.
Banjo Banjo eyes, something. In Spiral Mountain, gonna get the jiggers.
Good.
You definitely know that this is like the first level because it's so green. I feel like all platformers have to start in like a green area.
A green level.
Yeah. Which is cool. I like green.
You're saying if there's one word that describes this level, it's green.
It's green.
Mark it down. It's green. It's cool stuff here, though. I like the fact that I'm not going to say this because I said it last time. I'm trying not to do that, but I like the fact that you do get to turn into a termite. You get to your first transformation from a certain mumbo jumbo here, and that's fun. And I was going to say I like the fact that when you first go into the termite hill, you can't go all the way up without the transformation. And they're like, "Yo, motherfucker, give us your fucking backpack." You're like, "Whoa, I stepped in the wrong hood. This is the termite hood."
These termites are dangerous. Nothing too challenging here that I found. It was just some good tutorial, almost like an actual tutorial instead of the one that was pure tutorial.
Yeah, you know what I got was like kind of like the Jack and Daxter precursor vibes with the first area with the precursor orbs. So they're all kind of sitting around and you're going on a kind of a set path. What I like about this actually is that it's not exactly a set path because you can pick and choose. Like, do I want to go to Mumbo first? Or do I want to go to the Stonehenge? Or do I want to go past Big Bill the Buffalo or fight the monkey? Some are based on other actions. Actions, reactions, etc. I do find a lot of them are just kind of sitting around, which it depends on your preference as far as like 3D platforming. Do you prefer this kind of like just, go collect everything in the moment in the stage? But I think it's well aligned. I like all the notes. Like I 100% the notes easily on this one. I could play this for 15 minutes and get everything. I think the thing I like most about Mumbo Mountain is actually getting to the top of the termite mound and then just kind of like, I know the visuals are not particularly impressive on the N64 as far as the backgrounds or even on the Xbox. It's just like blue sky with clouds, but it gives you a sense of kind of like scope and like how far you can go up on a certain area. It just kind of brings me back to that 3D platform adventure kind of feel and just looking around and taking in the grandiosity of everything.
Well, and unlike the other levels, this level is so condensed as well that it's easy. It's fun just to run through this one because it's easy to see like the different sections, and when you're up on the mound, you can see the different section of of the little world. Which is I don't know, it's neat. You don't see levels this small from this point on, so it's a good beginner stage.
This game likes to have those focal points in there where you can stand on top of a mountain and look down. I feel like every stage has that. Did they do that intentionally? It's like to always have the ability to do that?
I don't know. Rareware are pretty stupid. Just kidding.
Oh. Okay.
Rareware, more like I don't care where.
Start bashing Rareware for no reason. Spencer's like, that's smart design. I'm like, yeah, if you're a fucking idiot, Rareware
It's a hard right turn, man.
Yeah, well, I'm trying not to make it like the last map out, so I gotta start saying shit that I didn't say before.
Yo,
Grant
fuck
Kirk-
Rareware.
Grant Kirkhope did the soundtrack. Fuck him. He's who?
I guess if you like shit.
Speaking of shit, the next level isn't.
Before we get there, I just want to do one Gruntilda fact. Putrid parrot
Okay.
puke is her
Yeah.
favorite smell.
What is it?
Putrid parrot puke.
Putrid parrot puke. Sounds like a Harry Potter jelly bean flavor. You ever
It
had those, like,
does.
Harry Potter jelly beans that just it's like you're either gonna eat a blueberry or a baby's fucking poop. You know.
Now that you mention that, a lot of this feels like Harry Potter, which is probably the British influence.
True. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Banjo Potter connection.
Banjo Potter. You're a wizard, Banjo.
No wonder Grunty rides a broom.
She's playing Quidditch.
Yeah, Banjo.
I want somebody just to clip Gruntilda on the broom into a Quidditch match now. It's like her flying around the background.
Just have her trying to get the snitch.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. I don't care about Harry Potter.
You know, I read like every single book except for the last one because I just got too old by the time the last
Did
one
the
came out.
same thing, and then because like I think later I was just like regretting that, I reread all of them and then 7.
Was it worth
I'm
it?
sure that was I'm sure it was a real treasure trove, just like our next stage, Treasure Trove Cove.
Alex is trying to get us back on track. Yes, it is the next stage. And it's in a cove.
Real
Harry
treasure.
Potter segment. We did a Harry Potter segment that I clipped on Turbo Dojo, so I just don't want you guys to infringe on my
Wow. Wow, we're intruding on his other channel. Do you believe that? I'm sorry, Alex. I don't want to intrude on Turbo Dojo. I'm sorry.
Hey, this is my month, okay? You know, I don't want any potential.
You guys have to listen to me.
Yeah, for Alex month, he's just gonna start editing stuff out. Like we're just gonna listen back, like, oh, well, that's weird. There's like a whole 20 minutes that just kind of vanished. Alex just taking liberties. Yeah, Treasure Trove Cove, and it's a beach stage, much like Mario Sunshine had a few beach stages.
Hey,
We're
right.
all beach stages.
Had a few. It's got a lighthouse, a pirate ship, and we learn to fly. Who's doing the jiggies and jinjos?
Hold on, Spencer. Can you recreate the music?
No.
Damn it.
Spencer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teddy did the
what's
last one.
Jiggies?
Do you want me to do him on this one?
I thought Teddy assigned himself the Jiggy Master.
I said we could all take turns.
Okay. Well, you know what? Then I'll do this one. It's fine.
Okay.
I misunderstood. We got we got 10, 9.
10.
Is there 10?
Joes are
Oh,
running.
the kind of Jinjos. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Of the 10 Jiggies, we got Nipper's Jiggy.
Do you want to say like a nipple one? Like my nipples are
Yeah.
getting.
Bit
you want, man?
nippy outside.
Huh.
A watery puzzle.
That's lazy.
One giant leap.
Bear kind.
A pond on the hill.
Pond. James Pond.
Across the ledges.
And over the hills to Gruntilda's house we go.
Blubber slam it.
Oh, I lost my dollar.
My
That's not how
dollar.
it sounds.
My dollar's under the boat. Can you find it?
Flight to the cliff.
Pilot wings.
To the lighthouse.
Can see the lighthouse.
Circle the island.
It's good to be square.
And Jinjos. Yo, this stage is fucking awesome. I absolutely love it.
As evidenced by our recreation of the classic theme music. Holy shit.
This was just to bring back some nostalgia. This was again because Banjo is my one of my favorite games of all time, and obviously I have like a file on my cartridge that's like just 80 hours, and that's just me running around like as a kid. I get the same thing on 2E as well. One of my favorite things about this world is how vertical it is, which is something that's so cool and unique to this game at the time because not a lot of other platformers did that. Like even Mario 64 didn't really have like the scale that this level has. So I love climbing up to the top of the lighthouse in this stage and just looking out on like the world and just seeing everything below you. It's so fucking cool. And I don't know. It's awesome.
This was the first, actually the only level of Banjo Kazooie I'd ever played as a kid. I played this one at a friend's house and had no idea what to do. But yeah, it's a really cool level. And I like that it's like it's really a circle, more so than Spiral Mountain ever was, where it's everything is around that big lighthouse in the middle. And there's a sense of urgency with the shark too that I think it's nice that it gives you a lot of freedom, but also tells you about its danger at the same time.
Snackers was always terrifying when I was a kid. He's like, dun, 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 dun. He's just like sees a little word bubble pop up, and he's like, I forgot what he says. He's like, I'm coming for you, Banjo. I'm blah blah blah. I'm just like, oh God.
It's terrifying to me. I was scared of him.
He's also necessary to get everything. There's like a honeycomb in a very strange part of like the underwater segment. And you have to be willing to risk the swim. I don't think you might be able to do it without getting hit, but I always do. And then there's a Jinjo right under the boardwalk as you come in, and you got to swim in the water and try and not get hit from snackers. But yeah, Nipper's also interesting specimen. I like. He's not a particularly difficult boss, but I think really cool once you go inside the mollusk or inside the shell, and there's kind of like these rainbow effects.
Oh yeah, I also like just his goofy ass like design, his big ass eyeballs.
I did not know how to beat Nippers until like later on in the game, and I didn't even beat him the way that I think you're supposed to beat him. I used the invincibility thing and just ran into him a bunch of times.
There we go, multiple pathways.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it really is an RPG. You just got to stab him in the face, dude.
I was, and I kept getting hit. I think the thing you're supposed to like wait till he stops snapping at you, but I don't know. I feel like I tried that and it just didn't work. I don't know because that seems like one thing.
You.
What's that?
There's Nipper. He nips at you. There's a snap at you.
Oh, nips. Sorry. Yeah.
Get it right.
And I swear I would have tried that. Like it seems like something I would have tried, but maybe it just didn't work right how I did it, and I just gave up that method. Because I was like farting at it, I was shooting balls at it, I was ramming the shell.
was farting on him. Nothing was happening.
I like flew over him and tried to like dive bomb his shell. I tried all these weird tactics to beat him, and it's like, oh, you can be invincible. I'll try that, and it worked. It's like that's weird because I don't think you get that ability yet, but like, I guess maybe you can just come back to it. Maybe that's smart design. I don't know.
Love that you exhausted all those options. It does remind me there's one technique I never use in this game. It's just the stationary B.
Oh, this the.
Yeah.
I use it on
like,
accident.
put him up.
The
Nobody
most
fucks
useless
with me. I'm Banjo.
Oh.
Throwing fists. What moves do we learn here? I know we learn a special.
We learned the shock spring jump,
And
and then flight.
Yeah, flight's the big one.
Yeah.
Spring's fun too. I like finding the green pads and like launching Banjo into the air. You know, Banjo really is worthless. It's all Kazooie.
Mm-hmm. Baddest bear in gaming.
The baddest bear in gaming, Banjo.
Bad.
The other things
bad.
I like here is I like Captain Blubber. He's a fun character. He burps at you. So he talks.
Cry is funny too.
Ooh. He's a fun side character. First time, well, no, we technically had a few side characters at Mumbo's Mountain, but like nobody like needed our help. It was like Mumbo help us and termite threat us and Congo threat us and stuff. You know, I guess we had Chimpy, whatever. But still, Clungo. Whoa, Blubber. I get Clungo in the brain. Blubber is the first real NPC to give us like a quest. You know.
Yeah.
To have us help him with something, and it's cool. He's memorable. I like his pirate ship.
Are you saying that Banjo Kazooie has RPG like quests
and multiple pathways?
What came first, Banjo Kazooie or Quest 64?
Ooh, that's a question.
That's a question.
Yo,
that's a question.
This stage also has the cool sandcastle in it, which I also didn't know about until way later because I didn't know you're supposed to fart in the bucket. Like that, I didn't even know you could do that until like halfway through the game. I just skipped over that. So anything with that took me like a second go around just to get to it.
I like how you keep bringing up fart, but it's like more like shit because actual sediment comes out.
That's true. It just makes that big fart noise.
They both came out in 1998. Quest 64 is June 1st. I can't find an exact date for Banjo though.
It's a real anomaly.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows when Banjo came out.
No one knows.
Where were you when Banjo came out? Actually,
But Banjo's first appearance was 1997's Diddy Kong Racing, so I'll just chalk it at Banjo.
That sounds like you're cheating, but I don't care enough about this to
I just wanted
argue.
to plug the Diddy Kong Racing map out.
There you go. But I do like that you have like a whole password system here. That's so creative.
Yeah, it's something you just it's not obvious, you know. It's you know, it's obvious. It's obvious for the stage, you know, that there's some kind of puzzle, but it's not obvious that that's where you put in passwords. So I think if you were a kid and you like, you know, had Nintendo Power or whatever the hell you were reading at the time, Game Extreme magazine or something, you and it's like saw like this is how you put in passwords. Like you're probably like the coolest kid at the playground. You're just like, dude, did you know?
yeah.
In Trove Cove in the sandcastle. That's where Did You Know started.
I did allude to it on the wall. You can see the lettering Banjo Kazooie. So if you put in B first, that's when it like will, And you could just test out every letter with the ground pound.
Yeah.
Oh, there are some systems to kind of figure it out. But you're right, it's not just given to you. And I mean that does kind of take us back to Mumbo Mountain. Where he's got the huts. Ground pound the
Mumbo.
huts, or like firing the totem. Fire the totem.
Mumbo jumbo.
We have an addendum to make. I didn't know this. You know that isle in the sea, like a hidden egg comes up? Apparently you can get it. The stop and swap pink egg.
Ah,
To get this egg, you must input the following code into the Sandcastle Floor and Treasure Trove code. Feet out of the sea, it rises to reveal more secret prizes. If you've defeated Grunty and Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, the code is not required to obtain the item.
looks like I'm gonna get it
For free.
for free. No password required. Yeah, that's another way. That's what we didn't bring up. Stop and swap last map out, and we can kind of just mention it for a second. What stop and swap was? It was a cool feature that Rare wanted to implement between Banjo and Banjo Tooie, where you could earn things in Banjo and transfer them over to Banjo Tooie or back and forth. And you would do that by switching the games out real fast, but they didn't get to implement it because it only worked on the early N64 models because it had like a 10-second window between, like I guess the RAM or whatever saves the memory. And whenever they got the new N64 models, it was down from 10 seconds to like 2 seconds. So they couldn't implement the stop and swap features. So they weren't able to implement the stop and swap features until the Xbox versions of the games where they reintroduced that idea and also had them tied to nuts and butts. So that's pretty cool.
It's very creative.
That's a very rare idea.
Before we move on, I do want to hit you guys with a Grunty fact.
Mm.
You
Hit
know
me.
that favorite color is gruesome green?
I didn't know that one.
Now you do.
And knowing is half the battle.
And next up is probably my least favorite level, Clinker's Cavern.
Oh, come on, Spencer. Least favorite.
Yes.
Shit.
Fuck.
Harsh.
Well, since you dislike it so much, why don't you read us the jiggies?
All right, let's get jiggy with it. Number one,
Na.
the winding tunnel.
The long winding tunnel.
Crab cakes.
Delicious.
The deep key.
God. Trauma.
A tall tale.
Story of my life.
The blowhole.
What?
The gold teeth.
Yeah, Yarg?
Inside Clinker.
Whoa!
Going in, boys.
The Wonder Wing.
A Wonder Wing.
You're my Wonder Wing.
Oh, no, not Oasis. We're not bringing Oasis on the show.
Not featuring
Hooplas.
Oasis.
Hoopla!
That's awesome.
And
Favorite
Jinjos.
Woohoo! Spencer, what's your problem?
I don't like swimming levels. And this is almost entirely swimming.
So this is your first time experiencing this level, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Were you expecting Clinker to be a bad guy?
Yeah, I think I was.
Because Clinker's just a dude.
Yeah, he's just kind of there. He's living his
Bruh.
life.
Clanking around.
Around.
Guys, I'm just
Always
clanking
appreciate
around.
that.
He's just clanking around.
I'm just clanking around. he looks like he should be some sort of huge enemy, like boss or something, or threat, but nah, he just lives here.
It's like a real whale, you know? 'Cause like, I think a whale is like super dangerous, but they just eat like plankton.
Weird idea for a stage, a big robotic fish guy.
I
don't know.
found this stage oddly claustrophobic. Being stuck inside of the fish was. I didn't hate the stage. I'll say that. It's my least favorite, but I didn't hate it. It's just like I think Banjo's best when it's wide open, and this was not the opposite, but certainly more enclosed than the others.
Even though it's enclosed, I still think they do a good job of like hiding the objectives and the jiggies from you.
Oh, they do such a good job of it, especially with those notes, because holy shit, is this the level I spend probably the most time on trying to get all the notes.
Yeah, my last playthrough of this, like leading up to the stage, it was like, because it tracks like your time on each stage. It was like 15 minutes, 25 minutes, and this is like an hour because I was like, where is everything?
Yeah.
And I've played the stage I don't know how many times, and I still have trouble finding everything when I'm on the stage.
There's a stupid hidden spot for a honeycomb. It's like in a pipe that you have to swim up that you wouldn't even think to do so. I had to look because I was just getting so frustrated with 100%ing it. Like what jiggy and what notes am I missing? So, but I think there are some memorable ones here, and I think in just terms of the concept, I don't know. As much as it is claustrophobic, there's some really cool platforming. Like I always just kind of get a kick out of just running up the back of the tail and like trying to get the perfect time jump. I actually exploited that once to get something I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be able to. Blowhole, like getting kind of like pushed up the top of the stage. Going in, I think they're probably going for like some Pinocchio kind of effect. And so I don't know. There's a couple ways into Clinker through the gills. I think through the blowhole. That was the one I was screwed up with. It's like I was standing over and it was like wasn't letting me go inside. Rejected.
The jiggy that gave me the most trouble was the golden tooth one. I did not remember that I could shoot his tooth out. So that was the one that longest time I was like, where is this jiggy?
Of course,
Spencer,
there's always underneath, but yeah, go ahead.
I want to know Spencer's first time, because his first time playing it. So how did you feel about the jiggy objective, the deep key?
The deep key. The key 3 times to bring Clinker to the surface. This had to have been one of the first ones I did because that has to get him up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm seeing it. That one was a pain in the ass.
Anxiety inducing.
Oh my god. And the bubbles are a cool idea, except that they're very deceptive with like depth because it just seems off. So every time I was trying to hit the bubbles, they were further away than I thought, or they were closer, and they would just escape me. So it was a pain in the ass to do
It doesn't
that.
help that like it moves because it's Gloop the fish that's giving you the bubble, so you're just like slowly swimming around.
Yeah, it's like if you want to help me stay in one spot, stupid fish.
Fuck you, Gloop.
Yeah.
I will say that I am excited for Banjo Tooie and to see what you guys think of some of the stages there.
Oh yeah, Spencer is gonna love one of the worlds in Tooie for sure.
Sounds like sarcasm.
No.
Oh no! What?
No.
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 I used to have an obsession when I was a kid of levels where you go inside of things, like inside of like monsters and stuff. It's cool. Like there's always a really this isn't the coolest one, but the coolest one as a kid was the level in Ape Escape where you go inside of a dinosaur. That's fucking awesome. But
This
I always
one's
remember this being
This one's no Jabu Jabu.
Jabu. It's true. Still, it's just cool to go inside of a larger creature inside of these kind of games. This is a cool level because of that, because you can go as Clinker and adventure around in his innards.
I think a lot of what they had here was creative and interesting, but would be so much better in like if they had more technology, like if they had more like a later gen, they could do a lot with this concept. And maybe they have, maybe
Well,
they
they
have, but
couldn't because it was 1998.
yeah, that's what I mean. Is that there's a lot of stuff in here that just seems like they had a lot of ideas,
Yeah.
and I would have liked to see them with do this now or something.
Do like a Banjo remake.
Hell yeah, just do the whole thing over again, and I mean, obviously that's what ukulele was supposed to be, but we'll talk about that later. I have some thoughts now that I've played both.
Oh yeah, because you were with us for the ukulele map out first.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like sound effects and just the music in general? I think they combine nicely. Like hearing like some of the screws and stuff like move.
Oh, look at the music for this stage.
Bum 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 bum. Da, 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 da.
I don't remember the music for this stage either.
I know most stages, but I just can't think of this one. I try. I just think of the music from Rusty Bucket Bay because it's so much better.
Yes, that has. We'll talk about that, but yeah, that one is a huge. I love that song.
When we get there, I mean, Rusty Bucket Bay is basically Clinker's Cavern perfected.
Yeah, bigger.
I could see that. Yeah,
Better.
that's a good point. I think it probably is.
Maybe they just wanted to introduce a smaller swimming stage so the player didn't get overwhelmed.
I think thematically it connects to the
Okay.
hub world too.
Yeah. But still, maybe that's why it's smaller and condensed because they didn't want to throw you in this huge swimming area. I don't know.
I feel like this one is bigger than that.
Right,
the later one.
Rusty Bucket Bay.
Yeah.
It's you know what it could be. It might actually be, but it feels more condensed because it's inside. Sure.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Because there's all these winding pathways, which I like. I kind of like that, where there's all these little holes you can go into, and they have their own little adventures. That's kind of cool.
Multiple pathways.
Spencer loves going into holes.
Here it works, folks.
Multiple holes, multiple pathways.
Love my holes.
What can you ask for?
You ever go into a
Real
hole?
RPG.
You ever go into a hole and like you find out there's other ways to go into it? You explore all those different ways.
Spencer's book, The Man in the Hole.
Or in the holes.
It's a biography.
The man and the holes.
Speaking of the biography, the next stage is mine, Bubble Gloop Swamp.
Before we get there, I got a grunty fact for you.
Yeah.
Curious fact.
Did you know Gruntilda brushes her teeth with salted slug toothpaste?
I didn't know that one.
Salted slug toothpaste. Gross.
Bubble glue swamp.
Who lives here?
Boy. Shrek, yeah.
And Donkey. Sorry. I
Boy,
just got off my
Shrek.
chest.
Who's doing the jiggies?
I
It's
will.
Teddy's
I
turn.
just need to find my way to the swamp.
This swamp.
And lots of bubbles in my swamp. Where's the list? Here we go. Jiggies and Jinjos. My favorite combo. 45-second race.
That's what my girlfriend calls it.
Go fast. Oh, God. And the man in the holes.
They call me the man in the holes.
That's the next one. Break the big egg.
The man in the holes. I can't help it.
He's crowning. A bit
Wait, who
ambush.
is Spencer crowning?
I'm crowning. I'm coming
Who's
out.
crowning?
I gotta go into the hole and then come out. That's the adventure. Just climbing on in. Flip it, ambush.
Ribbit. Flibbit.
Flip it.
Flubber.
Fitbit.
High-rise huts.
Whereas nuts.
But treacherous trail.
For Gale the
A
snail.
treacherous tail.
In Mr. Vile.
Yeah, fuck this one.
Hey, fuck you.
Fuck you. Hey,
Oh,
fuck you.
Vile. Fuck you. Eat the Croctus.
I was reading that wrong. I thought it said Fred the Crocus. I was like, his name's Fred?
That wouldn't be
Oh,
that
that's
out
just
of character. A lot of weird names in here.
Inked up.
dunked up.
Dunk, stop.
A master maestro.
Yes, sir.
And Joe's.
Woo! Cool stuff. What do you guys think of Shrek Swamp?
Great level. I like this one. And you do learn Stilt Stride, which has a phenomenal song that accompanies it every time it.
Can you do me a little version of the song?
It's like.
Oh, when you first get the shoes, it goes.
Oh yeah.
Can't forget that.
Sure.
Let it go all the way too. Kazooie gets disappointed when the boots shrink. She's like,
Oh.
Oh. Well, yeah, dude. She's in that fucking Banjo keeps her hostage in that backpack all day. You know, her legs are very good, achy.
Oh, she uses her legs often when she's working with me.
Banjo is worthless.
Spencer loves a good bird.
There's some really fun objectives in this stage. I feel like this stage is really good at just like giving you shit to do, just a constant. You know, like you don't have to adventure too much for these jiggies. It's kind of like here's a thing to do. You know, it's like here's a race, here's a giant egg, here's this these mini games. You know, it's a pretty fun stage for that reason because it's like everywhere you turn, you just have something to do. That's just fun. You know,
I think
creative.
we were really harsh on this one last time. Not in the moment, but I think when we talked about it afterwards.
Yeah, well, it was our first map out. And since we've played some other games, and I've come to appreciate this game more. So, I don't see Mario Odyssey giving me a fucking turtle choir, or a giant alligator I can climb up its nose.
Yeah.
It's funny you brought up Mario Odyssey because when I was playing through this game, I kept thinking to myself that this seems like a game that Nintendo would have wanted to make. Like they would want Mario to be this. And I think
I think
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the problem is that Rare just puts more of their personality and fun into the games than Nintendo. Like Nintendo's like the games are fun, don't get me wrong, but Nintendo's like it's safe. Like you can't you could play a Nintendo game and be like, yeah, this was made by a team of developers. But when you play a Rare game, it's like this was made by Rare. Like it's a rare title. Like you could tell.
Oh yeah. 100%. Whenever I play a Rare game, I think that they're my favorite kind of humor. And because they're kind of kiddie, but they're kind of not. Like there's almost like a hatred or like a like I'm trying to think of the word, but it's almost like they hate the thing they made, like the way that their games are.
They're constantly sneaking fun stuff into. I mean, when you collect the little Mumbo tokens,
Mm-hmm.
it goes Ubunaka.
But
But he's really whatever. Well, one of us says Ubunaka. I forgot what thing says Ubunaka, but really, what that is is Cracker Cup saying, "Oh my knackers." He said that in an interview. And that's what that sound effect actually is.
Remember that. That is the sound of
Hilarious.
the end of the transformation when you do transformation.
That's what it
in a-
is.
in
Yeah,
a
I knew
hut.
it was one of the Mumbo things.
Mm.
Yeah, it was Ubanaka. Oh my knackers, that's amazing.
I just get from a lot of the jokes that they do, or a lot of just even any dialogue, is they're very, very sarcastic, which is obviously very British. But it's like when other games do it, it's usually in like this really friendly, like let's make a fun pun. But when Rare does it, there's like a bite to it.
Oh yeah, because like it doesn't feel forced.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel forced at all.
It's like you didn't have to say that. That was like if you're talking to a child, the child would be like, "That was mean." Like that. Some of the humor is just kind of mean spirited,
Yeah.
which I appreciate. I like it.
Always been like that too. Whenever I like even the later titles, I've been streaming Nuts and Butts over on my Twitch channel, and even then, there's like some of the writing has just fucking killed me when I've heard some of it. Like they're so self-referential. They even in that game they know that it's not what people want. they're just constantly making fun of the player. Like it's so funny, and yeah, it's just like that rare touch that other companies like Nintendo just seem to lack.
When they were one of the questions about the witch lady Gruntilda, they were like, what magazine does she read? And it's like Fat Hag Weekly or something. Like just like a really like, even though that's like the villain of the game, I'm like, that's just kind of mean. Like why would you say that? That's so
Yeah.
harsh. But it's
It
funny.
was Bowser, it'd be like he reads Lava magazine.
Yeah. Like Dino Weekly or something.
Yeah, it would
Which
be
is
like,
fine, but
Fiery fuck weekly. This has got some of those moments as well. The I hate the mini game, but I also kind of love it where you're inside of the alligator fighting mean Mr. Vile.
Mm.
You yourself are also an alligator because you get transformed to an alligator for this stage. And I was playing this because I was playing the Xbox version, but sometimes I would switch between playing it on my console and playing it on my phone through Game Pass. And whenever I'm playing on my phone with my Razer Kishi, there's a tad bit of lag, and it's like not enough. It's usually not enough to notice. But while I was playing this one, I got through the first two challenges really easy. And then the last challenge, where you have to go back and forth between the different little things you got to eat, and it keeps switching colors. The lag on my on the mobile version of Game Pass was just fucking brutal. And every time I would lose, Mr. Vile was like, "I'm gonna fucking snap your ass," or get me a fight, and I was just like, "Fuck."
Yeah, choir one's also tricky. Like just like getting the timing and the or that comes up later with timing and the choir game, but the remembering all of the different layouts because you're seeing it from one perspective and then you have to do it from the other.
Well, also one of them is blue and the other one's like a darker blue.
Yeah, there were two blues, so you can't just be like blue, pink,
Yeah.
pink, blue. It's like light blue, pink, dark blue, pink. You know.
And it's not like I had time to give it like light blue, so I had put this weird system in my head where I'm like overemphasizing the dark one. So it's like yellow, blue. Because I didn't have time to be like, it's just the darker blue.
Blue.
I gotta tell you though, that's such a great brain teaser. Like I really enjoyed that.
And I guess that's Tip Top from Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, he'll show up in 2 as well. It's a fun little I don't know, it's a fun little inclusion. Your guide must have liked it because he told you use Tip Top.
No, it says right here.
Oh, well, that's from Diddy Kong Racing. Your guide told you to use your.
It said inside is Tip Top from Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, I was talking about Diddy Kong Racing. You said your guide told you to use Tip Top in Diddy Kong Racing.
Whoa, that's a throwback. I didn't even remember that I used Tip Top.
Yeah.
Did I? Did I use Tip Top?
Yeah, they made a joke. It was like, you must use Tip Top.
There you go.
Yeah.
Alex, you mentioned the noise, or you made the noise that the turtles make. Oh, I think that's another just element of the humor that I love. Like just all of these like stupid little gestures and noises that the characters make. Banjo actually sounds stupid. Like
Oh yeah.
and in this one too, even when you're going into the turtle, when you pound on his like little arms, he goes, "Ow!" And then like at the final, he just like is agape. Like he looks stupid. So I don't. There is some cynical aspect to it that I love.
Cynical. That's the word I was looking for.
Cynical. Yeah,
Very cynical.
they would love it.
Blog about it.
I also love whenever you walk into the area with the flibbits and they're just like, get them! Fucking get them! I forget what they said. It was like, you just like, not in these woods. You jump out and start fucking pummeling you. Hilarious. It's a good stage. You know, we were harsh on it the first time around, but since we've done other 3D platformer map outs, I can greatly appreciate the stage more for just how fun and diverse it actually is.
Do you hate though that if you want to get the crocodile again, like say you missed a note or you didn't go outside to get the Cheeto page, to go through the damn swamp maze just to get back to him?
Yep.
I went out and I was like, oh shit, and so I had to do that all over again.
I felt, you know, that like little part by the maze we had to go across the little pathway, little narrow pathway. I fell like multiple times for that area.
Damn.
Unfortunately, there aren't multiple pathways for that one.
Speaking of multiple pathways, you want to give us a grunty fact before we move on to our next pathway?
Sure, and this one comes from Gruntilda. That's the good witch name.
Yeah, that's the witch that goes. I like the music.
Well, this one, Gruntilda is in Grunty's face lobby, and she says that Gruntilda washes her hair with engine oil. Did you know?
I didn't know that one.
Wow.
I guess I got that wrong.
Freeze Easy Peak. You know what? I never noticed that like the entrance to the stages are usually tied to the thing. And whenever I was a kid, I was like, "Oh, it's just a big picture of Banjo Kazooie." That's a fucking advent calendar, holiday advent calendar, and I never noticed that as a kid.
Hey,
Yeah,
There's a problem with that though.
What?
There aren't like 25.
Oh, they couldn't make it that big. Whatever. That's what it's supposed to represent as an advent calendar.
it's the British calendar. You know, they have a different scale of time.
Oh,
got 4
gotcha,
days.
5 months. 5 days, yeah.
4 days. We're moving on. Okay.
Very
That's
short.
all we got.
They're very
The
cynical.
5th day of Christmas. Up last day.
That was the last day.
No, I never noticed. I just thought that was a big portrait of Banjo Kazooie. I never knew what that was supposed to be. And then there was something recently I was listening to, and they were talking about like different things like that. And they were talking about that, and I was like, "Holy shit! I didn't know that." Like, that's so bizarre. I guess as a kid, I didn't know what the hell an advent calendar even was, but that's a neat touch. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have
culture.
thought of that.
Freeze
Nice.
Easy Peak.
On Jiggy duty.
I'm on Jiggy Duty. Save Boggy.
Get down.
Snowman's buttons.
Better not push them.
Snowman's pipe.
It's in his pipe.
Killer Snowman. Boggy Race 1.
Did he conquer?
I get one. Yeah, there we go. One.
Walrus Friend.
I'm just a walrus.
Twinkle Lights.
Pickle D. Pickle Dumb.
Boggy's Children.
Save the children.
Boggy Race 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Did he,
2.
that would be Banjo Pilot.
Oh.
Jinjos. Fun stuff. What do we learn here? Did we learn stuff here?
We learned the
Doggy.
spirit of Christmas.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what it was all about.
And also the
Grunty
beak
just
bomb.
like he's like, I'm sorry, Banjo. He's just like, it's all right, Grunty. And they all have a happy Christmas. That's
I
where the
sh-
game ends. It's
I
weird.
shouldn't
It's a
have
weird
cared
ending.
about what was in the presents, but that there were presents.
Yeah. What the presents look like doesn't matter. It's what's inside the present that matters.
Dewey's like,
Yeah.
as long as you give me a goddamn
Have
jiggy.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever watched or listened to Flight of the Conchords?
Sometimes.
There's-
But
I
way
think
back.
I've seen like one episode.
There's a really funny bit that they do either live in concert or on the show. That's Albie the Racist Dragon, and it's like a dragon that got chased out of town for being too racist, and he's like in a cave, and this badly burned boy that he'd burned the day before also got chased from this town for like looking different, and he's like I forgot what he's like. He's like, oh, what are you doing here? I thought I killed you. And he's like, you did. You almost killed me, Albie, but I got badly burned and I survived. But they chased me here because you and I were different. And then it's like, and suddenly Albie wasn't racist anymore. And that's what I was thinking. And suddenly Grunty wasn't a bitch anymore.
That's random.
Yeah, sorry, I just popped in my brain while I was talking about the spirit of Christmas.
But aside from the spirit of Christmas, you also learn beak bomb.
It's a
Beak
move.
Bomb.
It's a move. You need it for this stage and some other stuff and some other stages, but like the aiming's weird with it.
Oh yeah.
But it's a sacrifice attack, or you're gonna do 1 damage if you screw it up. It's always a risk, but I kind of like that thrill. And plus, those snowmen are just bastards.
Just bastards.
This is my favorite
Bastard.
stage in the game.
I knew it was going to
You
be.
like snow? This
I
is
knew it.
cheating. You're biased.
Well, I like snow, I like Christmas, and I like the music. I really like. This is the first stage where I could remember the music.
How's it go?
I just remember the part where it goes. "Doo, doo, 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 doo," and then it keeps going, but it's all good.
I can't think of the music. I can only think of the music from Diddy Kong Racing.
It's
They
Metroid.
also had Christmas
Spencer.
stages.
It had like a higher pitch, like it was more of like a. It was more, I guess like I can't even think of the instrument, but it was a little different. It was
I'm sure
very nice tone, though.
I'm sure I like the stage's music, but for some reason I can only think of the Christmas music from Diddy Kong Racing. It goes da 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 da. I don't know why. That's the only thing I can think of because it's such a good song.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your tickets now. Button Mappers Live performing the entire Banjo Kazooie soundtrack one night only. The tickets will be available on notreal.com, doesn'texist.org, and isnothappening.net.
I went to that site. There's a lot of good stuff.
Obviously we got to talk about the giant snowman. There's a giant snowman.
Just there.
Yeah, he's there. Chilling.
Chilling.
Major Shadow of the Colossus vibes here.
Yeah.
Banjo has to climb up its back and like do some intricate platforming and stab it in the fucking head, and like black goo comes out and it consumes Banjo, and we're all questioning if Banjo's the real hero or not.
Most of that happened, yeah. But I like the part where you jump into his little pipe and pull stuff out, and then you have to get on his top hat. I love exploring. Like you were all into like getting inside of something, which that has a deeper problem for you as a child. But I like exploring the outside, like a big giant thing, and exploring that. And I think that's really
You're the
cool.
man of the holes.
I am the man of the holes. You're
right. Boggy's here.
Boggy is a bear. Is Boggy actually the baddest bear in gaming, or is it Banjo?
Boggy versus Banjo.
Racing him
Yeah.
is fun. Racing him is a good time. The slalom.
Slalom. You gotta be a walrus.
First time.
First time you gotta be a walrus. Just the transformation. I don't know if it, like. Do you guys like the walrus transformation?
It's cute.
That's cute, yeah, but like, is it fun?
Not really. It's
Not-
slow.
Yeah.
It's not the crocodile.
Yeah, the crocodile's kind of fun because it's just like you just walk in the swamp and you can munch at people. And then the termite's kind of cute, but like, yeah, this is also one. I feel like they don't do in this game. They don't do a lot with the transformations. They would do in Tui. Tui does them way better. Of course, it's a sequel, so it makes sense for it to do it way better. So I feel like the walrus is probably. It might be my least favorite transformation. We'll have to see.
Certainly the least functional, and I don't know if you actually need to go as the walrus outside of the level to collect anything. Do need it if you want to go like walk around the icy areas, and I mean to enter the ice cavern where the walrus friend is. But yeah, I think the highlight for me is probably just, you know what? It's not even necessarily a jiggy. It's just once you save Boggy, or no, you get the presents for the Boggy children. Just hanging out inside the little igloo there, and then the music's all jolly, and like the kids are jumping, way, way, you know.
Hey. Hey.
Boggy's a recurring character too, so like there's kind of some Boggy lore going on.
The boggy lore, the deep boggy lore, of Banjo Kazooie.
Watch where Boggy chokes on a fish, then comes home to save his children. Their presents or recruits Banjo.
Yeah,
Be Santa this year.
This year only. Boggy was Santa Claus or something. That's something I greatly appreciate is that like we have characters from these stages in Banjo 1 that become like recurring cast members for the Banjo games, including Blubber, I guess Tip Top or something. Conga, yeah, and Boggy. So yeah, it's always cool to see that. I love the Christmas tree.
Yeah, you get to climb inside of it.
Yeah,
Love that.
this is like, usually like you can like play a snow stage and like say that it's like Christmas like. This stage is just Christmas. Like it's not like it's not like, oh, it's Christmas because it's snow. It's like, no, this is an actual Christmas stage.
Yeah.
You should have fought Santa Claus.
That would have been sick.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, no bosses here, but I do like the scarf, like climbing up the scarf and getting the notes. It's kind of just like a fun linearity to that. Almost on rails when you're doing it.
Almost. Is a witch switch. The witch switch.
Yeah, that one had me scratching my head for a while. Because, like, you can't...
I told you, Spencer, to get that danger shampoo.
Because you can't just, like, go to it. It just, you had to do some other mechanics. But I was stuck scratching my head on that one for a while.
Is this another stage we were hard on last time, Teddy?
Yes. Oh, you know what? I think at the
Just
moment
ignore
we're
the
like...
fact that I said hard on, by the way.
I did. This was one of like, I think like in the moment where I think we were being nice to it, but we're kind of just like, I mean, some other levels have some more stuff, I think. I think we were nice to it in the moment, but afterwards we were like, well, I mean, kind of just a dry spell here between Bubble Gloop, Easy Peak, and the next two. Can appreciate it more now.
I think we were just assholes.
Well,
Maybe we're just too objective or too critical.
Yeah.
Even so,
Yeah.
like, I mean, there are some memorable moments. It's just that I think maybe we were looking at it from an angle of like everything needs to be an action or something, and you can't just enjoy the act of like going up the scarf or hitting the buttons or the fact there's a giant snowman there.
well, hopefully that one wasn't too dry of a spell because our next stage.
Have a grunty fact.
Go for
That's why.
it.
Yeah, I want to dry. Yeah. Oh, before I do, there is a stop and swap ice key here, which you can access
Okay.
by
Yeah.
inputting the following code into Treasure Trove Cove. Cheat now. You can see a nice ice key, which you can have for free. Or if you're like Alex and have defeated Grunty in Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, this item can
Nuts
be
and
obtained
bolts.
without the use of the code.
What
Thank
does
you.
the key do?
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean,
I kept looking at it like, what the hell is that?
they didn't implement it, but I mean, well, they did in the 360 version, but I don't know if it was to the same effect as they wanted to. So I couldn't tell you. I haven't played the 360 version of Tui, so maybe that'll be
Tui
fun. to see.
naturally on the N64 actually had its own ice key.
Yeah, it was
you
in the
used
lava
for something
ice
else.
mountain, right?
Yeah. So it's a different one than this one. This one I have no idea what it does. If
Oh,
there's some
actually,
carryover effect.
I do want to bring this up before we move on because I'm never gonna be able to convince you guys to map out Nuts and Bolts. So I just want to bring this up now. Is that there's a level in Nuts and Bolts called Banjo Land that combines it's a theme park that combines different areas from the Banjo 1 and 2 into one world, and in the middle is the giant snowman with the scarf. And you get to like drive up and scarf and stuff with the vehicle.
I watched you streaming that part. I think it looked like a clusterfuck of all the Banjo Kazooie worlds. There's like Click Clock Woods music and like
it's got like the snowman. It's got like a little area of Clinker. It's got like the little Mayan kickball place from Tui. It's got a bunch of different areas in like one place. Then Spencer, a fun little rareware joke for you is that in one of the missions for that stage, there's a giant trash can filled with copies of Grab by the Ghoulies because nobody bought that game.
That's funny.
I just wanted to bring that on because again, I'm probably never going to be able to convince you guys to map out Nuts and Bolts. So,
not necessarily opposed.
Okay, well, we'll see.
You had Alex once and you made your choices.
Well, there's a better map out coming. There's two more good map outs coming. So.
Better map out than Banjo Kazooie.
Nuts and Bolts.
Speaking of something that's better than Nuts and Bolts, we have Gobi's Valley.
Time for a grunty fact.
All right.
Oh.
Go for it.
Okay, thank you. Did you know Grunty gets her clothes from the trash can?
Like how quick to the point that was.
Yeah, there you go. All right, time for Gobi.
Hey, I did the last one.
That's me.
Okay.
So for Jiggies, we've got Ruby's Jiggy.
Should Teddy say it's Sonic in the background? It's me. You said it's me, and he goes Sonic.
Ruby's Jiggy.
Ruby's nuts.
The Sphinx's nose and the magic carpets.
Oh, magic carpet, right?
Sphinx of tissue.
Puzzle pyramid.
Alex's least favorite.
Hidden rings of the ancients.
Sonic style.
Sonic.
Speedy shoes.
Sonic.
This is basically the Sonic level.
Sandy Butts maze.
I love Sandy Butt.
It's the king right there.
Free
Sandy
Gobi.
Free Gobi.
Hashtag.
Free Gobi. Dude, free Gobies.
Thirsty tree. Grab his jiggy,
Grab these
Who's
nuts.
Jiggy?
and then Jinjos.
Yahoo.
And we do learn Turbo Talon Trot here.
Turbo.
Yeah, I actually christened this one.
Endorse it.
Yeah.
You like this one a lot?
No, it just had turbo in the name.
Oh, I see. Turbo.
Bro.
This doesn't interfere with Turbo Dojo in any way, does it? I hope. I just don't want
Turbo Talent Shot. No, I haven't used that yet
to. Okay.
as a brand.
Do the turbo trot.
Do the Bowser hop. All right. This is one of the stages that requires a lot of flying. So that's fun. Right?
Yes. It's oddly small for considering that it wants you to fly
Size
a
doesn't
lot.
matter, Spencer. There's King Sandy Butt is amazing. That's the best name I've ever heard.
That's the most cynical name.
King Sandy Butt. I love Gobi. Spencer, you mentioned Gobi in the pilot episode, and I'll mention again that Gobi is like, I'm going to the I'm going to the lava world, right?
Yes.
Something like that. And he doesn't show up again till Tui in the lava world.
Well, you're not 100% correct in that statement.
Am I? Oh, what? Tell me.
So yes, Gobi does say that, but he doesn't say that here.
Oh, okay.
He does say I'm going to the lava world.
Not here
Does
though.
that the third? He does. He says because Gobi appears in Gobi's Valley 3 times. He appears the first time when you free him, the second time by the tree, and the third time by like a wall in the back. And he gives you a Cheeto page. And after that one, he's like, I'm going to the lava world.
The time I heard him say it was in a level later in the game.
Then maybe I'm wrong. Okay.
In the woods.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. I take that back. I'm wrong.
I only know that because I just did that this morning.
It's been weeks. It's been weeks.
On the page we're using, the guide for using for this map out, there's a on the Jinjo's mission list. There's just a picture of Banjo in a pot with the Jiggy. I don't know why it's cracking me up. Like he
great.
just looks like, look, Dad, look what I found.
Bear to pot.
Jiggy? Thank you.
Oh, it's so funny.
Thank you, Banjo.
It's another day in the pot. Got a pot to
Memorable.
piss in.
This is
Not
like
Dave.
the level of mini games.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like little mini games to get little pieces. I think most of the levels strike a better balance of mini games versus actual platforming elements. This one goes a little overboard, but I still liked it because it's fun to explore.
Yeah, so you should like it because it's like your hometown of Arizona.
Yeah, it's exactly what Arizona looks like when I step outside of my house. Nothing but pyramids and sinking sand.
You hear the same music to
Yeah. Yeah, I had to get a special microphone so you don't hear that because it's constantly going outside.
It's constant music in the background.
That'd be like a great science fiction plot. It's just there's constantly background music playing. Just how everybody deals with it.
Yeah.
So put on our earplugs as we would go outside.
This might be too early to say, but this could be my least favorite stage in the game.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. I'll decide that when we finish, but this could be the runner. I think this is a fine stage. It's a fun stage. I don't like which granted I didn't say anything about Freeze Easy Peak, but I think the Christmas theme kind of covers it. I don't like how the color palette for this stage is just yellow, basically. It hardly deviates with the exception of like the area with the tree where it's like kind of greenish. so it makes everything feel kind of samey.
Mm.
And I don't like the fact that a lot of the world is accessible by foot because you have a lot of like the sand and stuff like that. You know, like sinking sand and stuff. I don't know. I just
prefer
don't
train?
have that much. Yeah, banjo on a train. I just don't have that much fun with this stage, and I don't really like flying in this stage. There's a lot of flying, but it's never like there's not like a lot of verticality like there was in the Treasure Trove Cove. So like even the flying is a little unexciting on the stage for me.
Yeah, makes sense.
I disagree with the color palette though, because I think that oddly the game encourages you, like with some of the steps that you take throughout the missions of the level, like you get a big water area in the middle that you can like raise the water level there, and it's like, oh, that's interesting, there's water in the desert, like it's not just a mirage. There's little things like that I mean, I get it, it is a very yellow stage, certainly that's true, but I think they make some strides to make it not so overbearing. But it's my hometown.
I agree with the
state.
sense of like flight being not restricted, but just being not rewarding. Not in the sense of adventure. In the sense of like progression, sure. Yeah, you use it a lot. Like you go through like a cactus or like you hit a bird sign post or something. But the flight's almost unrewarding. You can go on foot, like you get the speedy boots. But honestly, the grabba thing, like that's a poor excuse for a boss battle in my eyes. I think the most interesting part might have been going inside of the pyramids, but even so, like I hate that 45-second race to the end. And then also, I guess to the point about it being yellow, the fact that you're collecting yellow things doesn't necessarily help. Notes,
Yeah.
jiggies, honeycombs, and so meh. My favorite part would probably have to be Gobias, Mr. Gobi. But
Tobias.
and,
Wasn't that in Arrested Development at some point? Go bias something.
Bias.
perhaps
It's one of the characters' names. It's
No, but
Tobias.
Tobias, but I thought they made like a go bias joke or
Tobias?
something at some
Oh,
point.
Gobias, yeah. Oh, this is Gobias Valley, so yeah, it's his valley, so he's the best part, hands down. No, I think he's probably the best part because he has the personality, and plus you're constantly heckling him. You know, the first time it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you'll free him, but then it's like, okay, you just ditch his water supply. Next one, I don't even remember what you do to get the Cheeto page, but yeah.
Yeah, if Gobi wasn't as like a funny character, there really wouldn't be much in the way of character here either.
Couple sphinxes. Oh, you know what? We didn't
Seems
say at
candy
one
butt.
point, what is Jinxie's Dunes? Do you remember that?
No.
In the Banjo pilot about.
Oh yeah.
I think Jinxie's Dunes are here somewhere, but it's not labeled in the one we're looking at. Oh man. Oh, there's a Stop and Swap blue egg.
Blue
Go
egg.
Get your blue eggs at Stop and Swap.
Come get your blue eggs.
This item can only be obtained after getting 100 jiggies and putting the following code into the Sandcastle floor in Treasure Trove Cove. Beat a desert door. Opens wide. Ancient secrets wait inside. You have defeated Grunty in Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Butts. This item can be obtained without the use of the code.
Isn't it nuts and bolts?
Nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts and bolts.
Oh, sorry. Thought I was right.
Assumedly, you would always think you're right.
That's true. Plus, I preface it with, I might be wrong on this one.
I think I'm wrong on this one, but
We're gonna go with it.
Are you guys ready to see my mad monster man chin?
Right after this Grunty fact, did you know Grunty wears massive bloomers under her repulsive dress?
yes.
Massive bloomers.
Just massive.
What are bloomers?
They're massive.
49.
Bloomers. Just big ass underwear.
Is it, it's like the puffy underwear. Oh, it is. Look at that. Does anyone still wear those?
In the chat.
No. No.
Uh-oh.
Where's bloomers?
Late 90s thing. Okay, it's in the
Sending
chat.
me oh,
Wow,
bloomers.
it's
Wow.
bloomers,
It's a Turkish dress.
baby bloomers,
Why are they called bloomers?
like a blooming onion, you know.
Rule 34
Delicious.
doesn't really have anything on it.
Rule 34 bloomers.
I tried Dude 49.
Uh-oh. Oh! Just pictures of Alex and his
Dude
bloomers.
No! Where'd you get those? Bad Monster Mansion. Spooky stage. Weird. You'd think this would be the last stage. Since, Gruntilda's a witch and all. My
She
new
must be
medicine.
a rich witch if she has a mansion.
Are you suffering from the symptoms of being a witch? Try witch and all. Side effects may be turning green, turning into a frog, turning into a green frog.
I'm a frog and I'm
Witch and all.
green.
Witch and all. Don't take it if you're pregnant. All right, sorry.
Time for Jiggies and Jinjos. First one is
turn.
Snapper the Ghost.
Let's take a nap.
I'm asleep. Ouija board mini game.
Wow.
I didn't want to play
a
that
name.
one.
In the cellar.
In the cellar, the smelly cellar.
Which-
Jiggy sleeps tonight.
Honoring the dead.
Moment of silence.
Yeah.
And the well.
I thought you were a pumpkin. Remember that?
Too.
I think of The Simpsons, of the boy that fell down the well. It was Bart.
Think of Spencer, the man in the holes.
Man of the holes. Down the holes.
The man in the holes.
And the drain.
Just like my life.
Oh,
In the hole. Top of the church.
top of the morning to you.
Church organ.
Try to get my girlfriend to play my church organ.
Cloggo the toilet.
Should be called
What a miracle.
Cloggo the toilet.
Injos.
Ooh. Fun
What's
fact.
mad?
Fun fact: when you poop into the pots in this stage, it says "Thank you," but it sounds like it's saying "fuck you." Fuck you.
I'm very conflicted on this one. This is one of my least favorite levels, but I also really like the music to this level.
Yeah, I love the spooky theme. I think this level's fine. Some fun stuff.
Pumpkin's a solid transformation. Maybe one of my favorites.
Thought you were one.
Previous life, yes.
Pumpkin.
Short life.
I think the
How does it
pumpkin is useless and boring. Like, I get why it's there, but I just general.
It's more useless than the walrus.
Yes, I think it is.
Oh, it goes down drains. And plus you go outside of the level.
Yeah,
for like
the
two
walrus.
aspects.
You're the man in the holes. You should know all about this.
The
I
walrus.
don't think you spent enough time with this pumpkin transformation.
The walrus can do underwater stuff. They didn't use the walrus to its potential, but
Pumpkin can do underwater stuff. It's supposed to go in the well.
I don't know. I just thought the pumpkin was boring. I did not like him.
Not a pumpkin fan.
Yeah, fuck you, pumpkin.
Fuck you!
Fuck
Insult-
you, pumpkin.
Fuck you, pumpkin!
Don't insult
Pumpkin
my
bitch!
Reincarnation.
Fuck you, pumpkin bitch. a new insult. You pumpkin ass bitch. What?
Ooh.
I did like the stuff around the house though. That was kind of cool. Some
All
little,
good furnishings.
some little Metal Gear Soliding around there with that
Dun,
ghost.
dun, 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 dun.
Oh shit! The ghost woke up.
Banjo. Banjo. Banjo.
Banjo!
Colonel, there's a jiggy nearby. Banjo.
Banjo, don't step on the wood. You'll wake the ghost.
That jiggy belongs to Napper, the ghost. A hardened war criminal from the days past. Banjo, you must become a pumpkin. A pumpkin.
A pumpkin.
Got a question everything like stick those. A pumpkin.
Yeah, it just questions the exact thing you just told
Go
him.
meet go meet the shaman Mumbo Jumbo. Mumbo Jumbo.
Go down the well. The well. Yes, all those things.
It's a fun stage.
Uh,
How does the music go?
I don't remember exactly how it goes. I just know that I liked it. It was just like your almost like a generic Halloween theme.
Remember like the second half of the song.
Here, give me the second half. Maybe it'll jog my memory.
Bum, 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 bum.
No, nothing.
There's also the church organ. Like,
Yeah, that was cool.
I don't even know.
I remember the pot. It goes, thank you.
Fuck
Remember the
you.
pumpkin. Remember the
Yeah.
pumpkin.
He's never admitted it, but I like the Magic Wrecker. Hope was just like, I'll make the pot say fuck you. No one's gonna notice.
I like that church organ thing. Thanks for reminding me of that. I forgot that was very creative.
Welcome.
That was Teddy, not you.
Well, that's Alex month, so I'm taking the credit.
Okay, fair enough.
There is some verticality inside the church itself that is kind of absent of most of the level, except where you go up the clock tower. But I mean, I didn't think that up the clock tower was that interesting. The mansion, I guess you can stand on top of the mansion.
All around the clock tower. Right.
Mhm.
Bob Dylan.
I don't know, was it?
Can you imagine Banjo like with an acoustic guitar?
And I was a bear.
When I was a wee baby, a French wee baby.
Maybe.
Fresh wee baby. Best character in Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah, this one up there. I think this one's with Gobi's Valley for me. It's a fun, like it's still a fun level. I like the theming, but I don't know. There's still not much of a sense of adventure for this stage either. I don't know. Maybe I think the problem is that they got like all the really fun adventure stages out of the way first, and then like the swamp, this stage, the Gobi's Valley, the Freezy Peak was fine, but those three stages are like very like condensed objective based areas. They should have spread out. So I think by the time you hit this stage, you're just kind of like tired of this design for the stages.
One thing I'm noticing too is if the level doesn't have particularly impressive like, jiggy challenges, kind of like Bubble Gloop Swamp with like the 45-second race, or I don't know, like the Mr. Vile crocodile or the Tip Top thing, then it needs like a good character like Gobi. And Mad Monster Mansion has what? Napper? Little
Yeah,
Ouija board that talks to you.
It's like in both. It's like in the character and the objectives. Maybe this is the worst one. Maybe it isn't Gobi. I don't know.
No, it's the one with the mechanical thing in the water.
Shut up. Clinker's great.
Giving credit to Arizona, okay? Have some Arizona and sunshine pride.
That's what it is. Clinker terrifies Spencer because he hasn't seen that much water before.
There's so much.
Oh, you're talking about that? Oh, I thought you were talking
So
about
much
Gobi's Valley.
water. It's unnatural. All that water.
Yeah,
And you-
there shouldn't be that much water unless you're trying to drink it.
It's just like quit clanking around.
Yeah, stop making such a ratchet. Clank.
Lago's cool, I guess. He's a recurring character.
He's a toilet.
He's toilet. She hasn't cleaned.
He's a toilet.
Pumpkin
Still
goes
feel
down
like
the
this-
toilet. Pumpkin goes down the drain. Pumpkin goes down the well. Y'all are sleeping on the pumpkin.
Also, the Spencer's sleeping on a pumpkin.
Called him you said a pumpkin bitch.
You ass bitch.
Why did you say that?
No.
Why did you call him that?
Why did you call him a pumpkin ass bitch?
I take it back. I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry, not a pumpkin ass bitch.
I like the pumpkin. Okay.
Well, a toilet is like a bucket for your shit, but
Speaking of shit, Teddy, do you got another Gruntilda fact?
Well, you bet I do. And this one is, really gonna make you shit yourself. Did you know Grunty has a nasty pet dog named Ripper?
no. And I just shit myself.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck, shit.
Sorry, I was distracted. My cats are outside killing each other right now.
Oh,
Go
sick.
check on them.
I just heard like out there fighting or something in the hallway, and I was just like, so I heard nothing you said, Teddy. I'm sorry.
Grunty facts set them off.
Well, speaking of places where you take your shit, you do that in a toilet, which is like a bucket. But a bucket also is just like the next level, which is Rusty Bucket Bay.
It was an intense segue with many layers to it, and I applaud you for it.
It's an onion.
And the best part, the best part of the song goes. Burp, burp,
Yes, absolutely. This song is phenomenal. This is the best song in the game.
Yeah, it's
Be
great.
best level in the game too. It's a damn good one.
The best level? Ooh, that's a toughie. It's a good one. Faux show.
Great even.
I think you're up, Alex.
Oh shit! You're right.
About shit.
Shit.
Jiggies and Jinjos and Jiggles and Gingies. Here we go. Smokestack.
Favorite Shake Shack burger.
Whistles.
I can't whistle. There you go.
Captain's quarters.
Captain Kid.
Captain Kid. Front left warehouse.
Better than the back right one.
Engine room.
What's favorite?
Engines.
Crash Bandicoot.
I got boring. Oh yeah, Engine is a character in Crash Bandicoot. Good job, Teddy.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Crane.
On.
Boss Boom Box.
Got my boom box, boss.
Snorkel.
Under the sea.
And Jinjos.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
I have a question. These
what?
Can I ask the question, Alex? Is that okay?
Yeah, what's your question?
Question, what's your question? Where's your question? What's your question?
These
Yeah,
names.
What's your question? Where's your question? What's your question?
What are the Jiggies aren't called this in the game, are they? Is this just what this wiki has given them?
Do they have names in the game?
I don't recall them having names like in Mario where they actually have like the stars have names.
Yeah, it's like the stage for Sunshine opens. It's like fuck Peach under the tree.
Dude, that's the best sprite.
I just imagine it's like the Sunshine, like the it like shows a like a preview of the
Yeah.
stage, and then it shows Peach under a tree, like
Yeah.
just waiting.
Yeah, just fuck her real good. It's like, hey, that's a stretch. I don't know if I like that. My Mario. Anyway, this is a cool level. There's a boat, a big boat in the middle.
Old boat.
That's probably what makes it feel bigger than Clinker, is just because of the big boat, the big booty boat,
Big booty boat.
big booty boat. It's got a lot of fun boat activities like shuffleboarding. I'm just kidding. No, it is a cool, like, unique idea for a platformer stage, especially in a time where platformer stages were like the ice world and the snow, the lava world and the desert world. Like, to have like a big boat in like a bay, like it's a neat premise. Technically the third water stage, but I don't think it's that noticeable. Like I don't know.
Yeah, because
I didn't think.
this one like actively encourages you not to go in the water.
Yeah. So it's, while playing this stage, I'm never like, damn it, another water stage.
I have to go in the water though for quite a few of these jiggies.
Instead, I'm like, I'm
just like, and I'm like, yeah, you do have to go in the water, but it's like they give you that because it's like oily water, so it's harder to swim in it, I guess. Like you run out of breath quicker, and you run out of just being in it, like even hovering over. So did
you get all the jiggies here?
No, I don't think so.
Well, do you have a most memorable one of the ones you did get?
The most memorable one has to be either the one in the back with the propellers or the one inside the engine room.
Did you say propeller?
Or whatever you'd call it from behind.
The sponsor of our show today, Propeller Submarines.
Yeah. Go ahead.
On down to Propeller Submarines. Get yourself a foot long.
This was a joke from 2020. Sonic Mania.
Welcome to the future.
Actually, it's a past. Past.
Man. What about you guys? What was your most memorable from this one?
It's a good question. Really good question. Of course, I like just climbing the boat, so the smokestack is a really good one for me. That's always fun. I like climbing anything, platformer stages.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah! Fuck
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Joe.
Like, you sound like upset. Like, yeah, you're right. Fuck this stage. Yeah, and there's actually a boss battle here, so that's kind of memorable.
Box. Boss boombox.
Boom blocks. Steven Spielberg comes up. Steven Spielberg's like, I made this Wii game, and you're the Wii French baby. French Wii baby, whatever.
Spielberg classic right there. French Wii baby.
There's some really fun platforming in inside the boat itself. So, what you guys got?
I didn't mention this, but I think, although I was not crazy about Mad Monster Mansion, I like the sound effect of just breaking the windows and getting into the mansion. And that's something that they repeat for Rusty Bucket Bay with the windows. Some of them are actually indistinguishable. It's one of the areas that like prevented me from 100%ing for a little while, like just not knowing which window I was supposed to go in. But I think I like kind of the exploration there in that sense. And I think even like opening up the boom boss box area, you have to like drop the crane with like a huge box, get it to open. So like there's that. The engine room, like slowing the fans to hit the switch to race to the propellers is just like an insane challenge because you're already balancing on these windy mechanisms, and then you're racing like you get it within seconds, like the time you get there. So the platforming challenges are unreal. And if you're trying to do this on the original hardware, it doesn't save your note progress. So if you're going for 100% notes, you actually have to make sure that you don't die coming out of the engine room.
Mm.
So like that's a really cool challenge on the 64. On the Xbox, they simplified a little bit. Oh, definitely propellers for me. We all live in a propeller submarine.
They all in the Xbox version, they give you a gun. You know?
It really
blow
made
your way out.
the Gruntilda stage a lot easier. You just kind of shot her out of the sky. It's like, oh.
Bang!
Bang, 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 bang.
Take this, you dumb bitch!
Soggy approaches you
This is
after
what
like
you get for taking my sister.
Bang, bang.
So, Banjo, she's already dead. She's bleeding out of both ends.
A super dramatic shot of like Banjo, like Grunty's on the ground. He shot her in both the legs. She's like on the ground, like begging for her life, and he's like holding the gun to her face, like your witchiness ends here, you dumb bitch. And then, like it like fades away, and then it shows like just Gruntilda's lair, and you just hear in the back in the distance. Super dramatic, like birds fly off. It really changes the whole tone of the game. You know?
Yeah.
It's a big shift.
Conquer team took over.
That's funny you mentioned Conquer because this game is like, I feel like at first I always considered like Banjo Kazooie was the kid friendly one, and then Conquer was obviously the adult one. But this game toes that line a lot more than I ever thought. Like constantly.
And I'll talk about this more in detail if we ever cover Bad Fur Day, but Conquer, they were developing Conquer at the same time as this game. And Conquer's game was supposed to be Conquer's 12 Tales, and it was like a super kid-friendly game. And then they saw what the Banjo team was doing. They decided to just veer in the total opposite direction and make Conquer as vulgar as they can.
That's interesting because I don't think this game is as kid friendly as I thought it was.
No, but
going into it,
I think they feared that because it's still like Banjo's still a game that like you can enjoy as a kid, and like some of the more adult references and shit like that will kind of go over your head, you know. You'd be like, "Oh, that was silly," you know. So I think they were afraid of just being seen as like the kiddie game, you know, compared to Banjo. So I think that's why the Conquer team was like, "Yeah, we should probably like try to outdo the Banjo team."
Oh yeah, like playing Conquer as a kid. I had a friend who played Conquer as a kid, and you know he's different than I am, you know, today. But I don't want to go too into that, but you know, like there's a fine line between like what's acceptable and what's unacceptable as like a gaming media for kids. This one, yeah, I think it's like if you were playing Monty Python and the Holy Grail and watching it as a kid, like you'd laugh like, "Oh, the Knights of St. D," but I don't think you'd like understand the social political commentary in the same extent. So like kind of a similar thing here. The banter may go over your head. I always thought just Kazooie's caustic style, which is more present in Tui, I feel, it's just kind of I don't know, appreciable, you know, character driven. So I guess I like that. This substantive. That kind of shines through. As a kid, you can detect bullshit, you know. So like, I don't think they're like BSing you here. Like this is quality content.
Quality content.
Banjo Kazooie.
And yeah, I mean, you know, the first cutscene or whatever of Conquer's Bad Fur Day, like one of the characters says like "motherfucker." It's like censored, but you can tell what he says. So, you know, big difference between the two titles.
Yeah.
Speaking of titles, the title of our next stage comes after Teddy's segment on Facts.
I missed a couple stop and swap eggs. Do you want to stop and swap?
Go ahead. You were a stop and swapper.
Okay. Oh, we missed two of them for Mad Monster Mansion. But I'm not gonna do those. I'm gonna do the one for Treasure Trove Cove. What you put into the Sandcastle Treasure Trove Cove is cheat. This secret, you'll be grabbing in the captain's cabin. You've defeated Grunty in Banjo Kazooie Nuts and is it?
What is it? Nuts and what?
Yeah, man, that's an.
Nuts and you cut off. Nuts and what?
I'm not sure. It's what?
What did you?
Don't know this.
What is it, Teddy?
Nuts and roses.
Educate.
No, it's
Kidding.
nuts and bolts. It's nuts and bolts.
Yeah, I thought it was nuts and butts.
Never heard of that pop rock band, Nuts and Roses?
All the nuts and roses.
She's my Banjo Kazooie. This item can be obtained.
Rosa, that's Warrant.
Same thing.
I'm a rock fan.
What?
Okay. I love Kid Rock. Okay. Item can be obtained without the use of a code. There you go.
And also hit us with a Gruntilda fact.
Thank you.
Hit me
Sir.
with your best shot.
That's my
you
favorite
going?
Poison song.
Your best snot.
Speaking of pop rock, did you know Grunty sings in her own band, Grunty and the Cauldron Crew? They're awful. That's what Gruntilda said.
They're awful.
Awful.
They're not very good. as a
Speaking of
band.
awful, this stage isn't. Click Clock Wood.
All right, we have
Click Clock Wood.
Clock and the party don't stop.
Stop. Good. Something. Kesha song.
we've got some jiggy pieces here. Snare Bear's Gold.
No. Sing it as Kesha.
I don't know any Kesha.
Just try it.
Snare Bear is gold.
I don't know. I'm too old. Don't know.
Kesha was like
Yeah, $. Ha.
Kesha was like 10 years ago.
10 years ago, I was 23.
Yeah, you weren't
Okay.
old then.
It's the top Kesha song.
I was out of the listening to that stuff.
Top 5 Kesha songs. Number 5.
Number 5, this song. Number 4, another one.
Okay, number 5 is Die Young Warrior,
Okay,
2012.
good one.
Number 4 is Praying Rainbow.
Yeah, that was a changer.
Praying off the Rainbow album. 3 is Your Love Is My Drug. Animal.
That one got me through some hard times.
2 is We Are Who We Are from Cannibal. These are literal R's.
Yeah, that's
And what's number 1?
At number 1, we have TikTok.
TikTok on the Clock Woods.
yeah. Well, what can you say more about Kesha than that? You know. What else
Can't.
can you say?
Read the things.
Snare Bear's Gold.
Snare Bear. More like I don't care bear.
Tree Trunk Jiggy.
Yeah, I got another.
Leaf Shock Jump Jiggy.
Oh. Leaf Shock Jump Jiggy. That's a name.
It's impossible to say. The Beehive.
Your favorite Diddy Kong stage?
Oh, Beehive.
The Treehouse.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to my tree house.
The Beaver. Oh,
Beaver and butt.
that's a
Believe
Conquer.
it.
That sounds like a Conquer level.
The Beaver.
The
Justin Beaver.
Flower.
Power.
Our
The Squirrel. These are clever.
Conquer.
pumpkin. Pumpkin ass squirrel.
How do you say that one? Airy? The eagle?
Irie.
Irie? Irie the eagle.
Aries. Avery.
And then Jinjo's.
Yahoo. Argo's here.
This stage, okay, I admire this stage quite a bit. I feel like this stage would do really, really well in Ukulele was trying to do, like in stages that transform. This could have done really well there. As it is, it's really interesting, but I think in modern ways they could have done it better.
Probably not better than the casino stage, but it's pretty fucking cool, right? I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's Freezy Easy Peak. That one's cool. Old.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. That's a good point. I never thought about this. I didn't get this far in listening back to the old map out, but I know just off of memory and instincts and me, I know that we probably fucking gushed over this stage, didn't we? Because this stage is so cool. I think the problem is that this stage makes a lot of the previous stages look like bullshit. Because it's such a cool idea. Having the 4 seasons and different things to do between them. It's such a neat idea that I don't think I've ever seen another platformer or just game emulate before.
You know what vibes I'm getting?
What was
Nightmare
that?
Before Christmas.
I could see that.
The
Okay.
trees and like going in the
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah.
Changes like the world that they go into. I
This
think I
is Kazooie. This is Kazooie.
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 I think I like this one more the first time.
Call home. Click log.
I can't do it. It's okay. Better than click clock and the party don't stop. I think I like this one concept wise a lot. Like I think it's really cool, but unfortunately, if you're trying to 100% everything and get like all the notes and all the jiggies and all the honeycombs, you gotta do a lot of like going back and in and out of the doors. And one of the ones that I couldn't find the last jiggy. I was like, what the hell? Like where? Like I'm at 99 jiggies and I can't find this goddamn S1. It was like at the top of a tree trunk. You have to go as the bee, and like I felt like I was going at the highest possible level, but I wasn't. Like, there's that one room before you go in the vines, and so like I was lost there. One of the things you had to do was like this sequence where it's like you plant a seed, you get later, then you attack bees that are around the seed, and then you hump Gobi, and like I felt like I was doing a lot of tedium this time around. Doesn't take away from some of the more fun elements of the stage because they are there, and it's really clever going up the tree the first time. It's like the platforming is insane. There's that one house on a tree branch, and that the house changes over time. And so you have 2 options in how you want to go in there. The beaver, like, breaking the dam and then going up to his apartment like several times. It's cool. I like it. I think collecting everything. I don't know why. I felt it a little bit more on the annoying side this time.
Is the bee the best transformation?
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
It would be if you couldn't already fly.
Would be.
The bee in the next game is better.
It's still cool. The bee a bee. This looks cute.
Baby.
Well, he's a bee and he can go into smaller spaces,
True.
which is
That's the
Key
basically
thing.
all the things. Every creature's ability is that they can go into
He's
smaller
saying that
spaces.
so he's a bee and he goes in the hole? Bee hole?
He's a bee of my own heart.
I think the thing with this stage is just the
Bee.
the concept alone is just so cool that it causes me to overlook any tedium that there actually is. And that's unfair to the stage. But it's just so fucking cool.
It's very genius. Yeah.
When's the last time that you 100%ed game?
Me?
Very long time.
Yeah.
Me.
I'd be interested to see if like, if you come fresh.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on 100%ing the game on the Xbox versions because I want to get everything across the Xbox games. Because I'm already replaying nuts and butts and stuff, and so I want to get everything across the titles. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if 100%ing this stage is a little rough. Like a dog, rough. Like Grunty's dog.
Transformation. Grunty's dog, Ripper.
Remember Ripper?
Yeah. The man.
Remember Spencer? Spencer, anything else you got to say about click, click, click?
It's very genius. I like it a lot, but I'm with Teddy. I think that the ideas are solid. Unfortunately, it's almost like a victim of the hardware, though. Like there's ways to make this less, like more intuitive. I think, but it's still one of the best stages, if not the best stage in the game.
Did you guys ever play Zelda Oracle of Ages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one, like, to just go back and forth in time, all you need to do is just like press a button, and like, I guess maybe you're taking some of the magic out with, that if you do that here. But I also don't want to take away from some of the things, because I think a lot of it is memorable. Like, bird, Irie, whatever it is. Just like, it's hilarious watching this thing grow and like going through and collecting caterpillars. Or like, even just this stupid house. There's nothing inside of it. There's a Jiggy, but like, if you go in the winter, all the floors are like broken, and like, if you try and get the Jiggy from there, you have to go underneath, springboard your way up, and then try and fly across. And if you fall, you're screwed. So, like, there are things that I think are just so fantastic about it too. I kind of am with you, Alex, that like, you can't take away from the character.
Well, and that makes me think of like, if they were to do a remake, which I would love for them to, because we've come so far just in technology and stuff, and I would love to see them tackle a remake. I think Rare's working on a different game right now, which looks pretty beautiful. I forget the name of it, but it has a cool art style. But anyway, if they were to do a Banjo remake, I think the idea for this stage could work really well, and the like how dynamic the stage could be. You wouldn't need to use those doors. You could just like change the seasons in real time, and that'd be something cool. I was thinking about this recently, actually, because I've been playing Psychonauts 2, which, by the way, is fucking phenomenal platformer. Great game. And it does that as well. The levels, take place inside people's like minds and psyches and stuff, and they'll often merge things together and ideas, and the levels will like warp and shift around you. And that could be kind of like what this could do in the remake, is that you could, maybe there's a certain button you hit, or there's a certain point in the level you just stand on it and it'll shift the season, and you could like see it shift in real time. Of course, they could do that on the N64, but that could be a really cool idea for if they ever do a remake of this game.
I don't know if I would go that far. I think I would make it where you had to go to certain places in the level, and then when you stand in those places, it'll change.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah, like a certain platform you like stand on, and it'll.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just anywhere.
No, but then you can watch the world around you like turn.
Okay,
from
yeah.
one season to the other.
I'm with that then. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just play your Ocarina, and it's like the season changes.
You have to play the kazoo.
To play the banjo theme.
One night old Teddy performs the Banjo Kazooie theme. You can buy your tickets online right now on nevergonnahappen.com. This isn't real.org, and I'm faking it.net.
I've been to that .net site. It's pretty good.
Wasn't faking.
That's our last actual stage, but we have two other things to talk about.
I'd be happy to give you another grunty fact for the next one.
Please. Give me this one. Put it right in my pocket. I'm ready to go.
I'm just going to give you the rest that I took, because I hand wrote these down because I knew there were like 50 or 45 grunty facts, and I was like, I'm just going to try and play this authentically time and just see like what I could get by talking to Gruntilda. Number 10. Gruntilda reads Warty Girls magazine when relaxing.
Keep going.
Number 11. Her favorite smoothie is elephant sweat.
Delicious.
Auntie's best friend at witch school was Saggy Maggie.
Saggy Maggie. We all knew Saggy Maggie.
13. Tilda's bedroom has dirty undies hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah. No, wait. Isn't dirty socks?
Wrote undies.
Teddy wrote undies.
Okay.
14. She has eyeball flower pet growing beside her bed
What?
or pot. It was a weird one.
Spencer's fact checking.
Last one I took is that you'd be sick if you saw her enormous streaky brown undies.
You.
That's where I got grossed out and said no more. Okay, what's next?
Speaking of questions
Spencer's-
about Gruntilda,
Brr, 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 do, 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 brr, 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 brr. Spencer, what the hell did you think was happening?
well, I'd been clued into this.
Oh, well, yeah, you listened to the map out before, didn't you?
Ukulele, I think we warned him or something.
Yeah, and ukulele, this was
Oh.
a thing, and they did it much earlier.
Yeah, they did like intermission ones.
Banjo
I-
Pilot.
And
I
the pilot, you had to answer the questions of on the menu.
Why am I here? Why am I playing this game?
You had to question yourself on that game.
so obviously in this one it's a board game that you have to complete and answer questions or do little time challenges. I love the idea of it, and I had some fun with it, and I was also incredibly frustrated going through this.
I was wondering because I know you said before you hate quiz shows in game.
I don't hate quiz shows, but I hate board games. I really don't like board games.
Okay.
I think it's just a fun subversion because you're
Yeah.
expecting this big showdown, and then you walk in and it's just this fucking board game show, and that's a very rare thing to do, is to just be like, yeah, but before the boss you got to play a quiz show, and
It's cruel as shit, though. Oh my gosh,
It's-
there are
oh my
boards
God.
there are spaces on the board that you can't avoid that are insta kills, and you have to start the whole thing. over.
Yeah, I used to replay this all the time just as a kid, just for fun, just to see how far I can get through the board. Because of course, I beat the game, but as a kid as well. But it's just it was just fun to go back through and see how much of the game, how much of the stuff, the knowledge I knew, and to just kind of I don't know, it was a fun one person party game in a way whenever I was a kid.
I had 2 runs where I died on the last one because it was a skull one,
Damn.
and
Last space is one of those. Yeah, the skulls.
so what I did on my final run was I grabbed one of those Joker ones,
Hmm.
and then I made sure to save one of them for that, and then just plowed through it. I didn't.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
so
doing that my last run too. When I found out that's what that space was, it gives you a free space. Like, oh hell yeah, I'll definitely save one of those.
yeah.
So cruel because they could give you anything for those skull ones. It could be a grunty fact, which hope you wrote them down, Or it could be there was one. It was a boss rush one where you had to take down Boombox in a limited number of limited amount of time.
Mhm.
But if you take damage during those boss ones, that damage
Yeah.
carries over
What
too.
the hell? That's so cheap. I hated that.
I and they kind of returned to this idea in a way in 2E. It's more of just an actual trivia show, like mini game. But I don't know, man. It's so original. I don't think a game today would be ballsy enough to do this. Be final boss is actually a game of Jeopardy.
Fake credits when you win.
Yeah.
That's the country thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a country thing. It's totally a rare country thing.
I can't think of another game that's done fake credits.
Oh.
It's
But
a game.
it's all leading.
Granted, not as
Oh.
good as the country one. Like, come on, let's just face it. Fight with K. Rool's awesome.
But it's weird because in this one, my game did end. Like, it took me back to the menu.
Yeah,
Which I thought,
same.
I mean, obviously I was like, okay, well, I know I'm going to have to fight that bitch, so I'm going to go back in. But, like, theoretically, you could be like, well, I guess I'm done.
Yeah, that's it.
So, in a way, it's different than the Donkey Kong one because...
But it's rolled.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, I beat the game. The quiz show was such a anticlimactic ending. I saved my sister. Almost gave me a teddy bear.
Yeah. That was funny how you're, like, picking between the prizes. Like, well, teddy bear's nice. Like, just save your sister.
What I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, but that obviously isn't the final battle because we do have the final battle.
I have no more facts for it because this final battle is in fact a fact with Gruntilda. Which bitch?
Which bitch?
Pumpkin ass bitch.
No joke. This fight took me at least 2 hours, maybe two and a half hours.
It's a tough battle. It's a cheap battle. I should say.
We did this. We started recording this at like 2:00 my time, and I started this at. Yeah. I started fighting her because I got through the puzzle this morning. I just assumed this battle would take 30 minutes or something.
You thought wrong. Damn.
Oh my god! I think I started this at around 10. Took like a 45-minute break for lunch somewhere in there, but I'd been working at it the whole time. So
question: you didn't have everything, did you? Notes, Jake.
I had enough notes to get max eggs and max feathers, but not the other stuff.
Damn. The last door was double honeycombs.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. God damn, that
yeah.
was nice.
I think that one was just... Oh, but you needed... You know what you needed? You needed like 4 jiggies to put in a puzzle or something. Yeah, so that's why I think you got to get all the jiggies if you're going to do that. And you need like 95 to get up there anyway.
Yeah, that's why they take you back after the quiz show.
Yeah.
Kind of lets you can kind of stop and prepare.
Stop and swap.
Well, it was very hard with my seven hexagons of life or whatever they are. It was tough.
Yeah,
fun battle.
Fight.
Yeah, obviously it has to take place on top of the lair. I love the fact that like the Jinjos don't really do anything until now.
Well, they give you jiggies.
Yeah, but that was it. They were just like another source of a collectible.
Yeah.
So it's nice that they actually have them like function in some way. In the
Jinjo-nator is a beast. Love
Jinjo-nator. Oh, I love in Smash Bros. That's Banjo's smash attack, as he calls them.
Really?
The big golden Jinjo flies at you and fucking pummels you.
Cool.
Yeah, such a neat little effect. But Jinjos still don't do much in this game. They do more with the Jinjos in the second game, but still, it's still cool that they actually did something with the Jinjos at the final battle instead of having Banjo with a gun or something.
I mean, that's cool too, but
with the gun.
Banjo, the Glock.
You'll get that.
Banjo with the Glock.
Banjo with the bird.
Glock and swap.
That's what the eggs do. That's the secret.
I think thematically it's a great battle. I think I don't really like the fight too much beyond that, but I think thematically it's great.
Makes sense where it is too, just because you've been escalating your tower the whole time, and now it's like you're at the top, and it's cool.
I think the sweep attack and the air battle make the most sense. The firefight and the Jinjo stuff is really wonky.
Sure.
The firefight wasn't like hard, like shooting her with the eggs while she's shooting fireballs at you. That it was simple enough, but it was just like you had to wait for her to do it and then jump on the ledge and shoot some eggs and then jump back down. Like something about it just was off.
If you hustled fast enough, she'd never hit you. Like because she would always go to the right side of the tower. So after you hit her with 3 eggs, if you just hustle to the other side and get on top, you could then just start firing 3 eggs and repeat the process. So that segment can actually kind of finesse.
The part that always gets me is the beak bomb.
Air battle stuff. Yeah, that's annoying.
I did it so many times, like I found a rhythm to it that I was comfortable with it, although it is very wonky. And oh my god, if you miss that and you hit the ground, you'll like roll off the freaking stage, which I did twice.
Yeah.
Just freaking maddening.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hated that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, I said earlier that the beak bomb aiming is not fantastic. So
No.
Yeah.
so
Jinjo missiles too. As much as I like that, and I think the concept is really cool, and like seeing the Jinjo statues just arise out of the top of the tower. Arise, Jinjo statues. It's very difficult to get to them without getting hit from her homing missiles. And then once the Jinjo Nader appears, you have to like go around all 4 sides of it, fire 3 eggs in each, but you have to do it fast enough. It's a lot.
It's like Gruntilda, your ass is mine. It's the Jinjo Nader.
Yeah, and that it had me running to all the corners to get the like invincible feather, the gold feathers. So just so I could withstand that homing missile. Like I was going crazy trying to beat this. I literally just beat it like 20 minutes before the show started.
Yeah,
I was about to be like, I don't know, this might not work.
I saw you were still playing Banjo Kazooie. Like, yeah, when I got up like an hour before the show started, I woke up and I was checking my Xbox and I saw you were playing Banjo and I was like, I hope Spencer finished.
Cutting it awfully close. Yeah, I generally like to play these as close to the map out as possible so I can be fresh because I don't have any memory. But like that was probably one of the closer ones I've done is barely getting onto this one.
And that was Banjo Kazooie.
Welcome to the club, Spence.
Yeah, I'm a banjo boy now.
Spencer's first. Well, that's not his first Banjo game. Spencer's first time mapping out Banjo. Our second time mapping out Banjo in the new series Remap. Let us know if there's any games you want to see us remap. That's not Pokemon.
Spencer?
What's up?
So there.
How did you like it?
I thought it was great. I was very, very impressed with Banjo Kazooie. I definitely think it's better than Mario.
Shits on Mario 64, man.
I don't know if I would say that. I think they were going for 2 different things. Although I think Nintendo would be wise to and have done it to steal from this game and make their games more like this because it certainly captures like the character platformer a lot better than Mario does. And it clearly you could see in new Mario games all the characters have like spunk and they have like an attitude and clever witty dialogue, which they don't really have that back in Mario 64. So that's definitely must be a Banjo. I would think a Banjo influence because it was like the other platformer. I think that the stages have a lot more heart than Mario did. Granted, Mario again was probably more of a test or a what do you call it? Like a whatever. Yeah, basically a test. And whereas Banjo was a fully realized game that had a decent story and it just all the levels had such a cohesive like idea to them. You had like a pirate cove that had little like a ship and things to do there, and You had a like, as much as I didn't like it, clank, like the fish underwater with that was mechanical. You climb inside. Like everything had a story that you could follow that made the levels significant and memorable. I think it's a very, very clever game, and I'm actually pretty excited to play Tui. So whenever you want to do that.
Yeah, it's actually it's cool. Like even talking about just like the idea of the stages having story behind them, because even like the stages that borrow elements from different, like, like very generic elements like other games use, like the desert stage or the ice stage or the spooky stage, they still find fun ways to kind of like make it their own. Like, oh, it's not just a desert stage, it's Gobi's Valley with the different tombs and challenges, and it's Egypt, or oh, it's not just the ice stage, it's Christmas, and there's Boggy and the giant snowman and the races and stuff. So they still find ways to take these ideas that would just be in any Mario game, just be a generic concept, and make it fun with its own kind of fun narrative and story. And I've always really appreciated that. I think Tui does a better job of just having more creative levels with story and stuff. But yeah, as their first outing, they did a fantastic job, and they slapped Mario 64 in its fucking face.
I'm glad you like it, Spence. It's definitely like, it's an iconic game, I think, on the system and the genre overall. And it's crazy how Nintendo hasn't really learned from it. You could say, like, I mean, maybe some of the collectathon aspects, like full coins or whatever, being an aspect, but it's not to the same extent. Humor is certainly just perfected here. It's crass and something Nintendo probably couldn't do. That's okay. That's fine. Um, but I'm glad you're excited for Tui. It's one of my favorite games, and I've been itching to map it out for a long time. And I think that Kazooie is I think tech demo was probably the thing you were looking for. I don't think
Yeah,
Kazooie's
that
a
was
tech
the
demo.
first.
I don't.
Or proof of concept.
Right, that too. Kazooie is more than that. Yeah, Kazooie is like is the concept delivered. It's the full deal, and I'm glad it exists and existed on the 64. It's just part of the heart of the 64. You could say, like, it's, if you talk about like the best PlayStation versus the best N64 games, what you're coming to system for, Kazooie is so good. It's crazy they only just like got it out on the service. It was one of the most disappointing things back in the day when Rareware was consolidated into Microsoft. It was like Nintendo lost part of like that, what made them, the system. They were unbreakable, them and Rare on the 64, and then like halfway through the GameCube cycle, that was just, you know, well, never really did get to see the full Banjo 3E, but Kazooie is a really great game for its time and even to this day. So.
I kind of see some of the Kazooie influence in the first Jack game, which we already mapped out. I think that game takes some influence from Banjo. Maybe not in the not in the full sense of like the writing and stuff, but I think in the sense of like the idea for the levels and this sense of cohesion with the collectibles and stuff like that, and the character of the worlds. I think maybe the
Banter.
first Jack and Daxter game. Yeah, the first Jack and Daxter game maybe took more from Banjo than it did Mario 64.
I think too. I'm glad I played this because now I understand better what people were. Because when I played Ukulele, I said it was fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. But if it was trying really to capture what Banjo Kazooie captured, I definitely think it failed at that, for sure. Like, it had bigger levels, better graphics, more stuff to do. But clearly with Banjo, there's a lot of heart in it. And there's just a lot of like their tone. Ukulele did not match their tone correctly. It treated it more like a Saturday morning cartoon, and less of like Teddy was saying, like a Monty Python almost, or like something that's just like very, sarcastic and almost bitter at times. And Ukulele did not capture that. It was more bright, and in its own right, that's fine. But I understand now that the banjo people wanted that same heart and that same. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be, good and memorable. And I think that's what Ukulele was lacking.
Yeah, there's only a few moments in Ukulele that really made me like chuckle or really got me to like that. And, but there's a ton in Banjo, and like I said, even recently where I've been replaying Nuts and Bolts, that game is really divisive. But I think also at the heart of that game, just the game's writing and the characters and stuff, I think it still has some of that Banjo heart there with the characters and the fun banter and stuff like that. It's just everything else surrounding that game makes it so inherently I don't know, unenticing to Banjo fans. But it still has that Banjo charm, and it's sad to see that we're, as far as we know right now, we're not getting another Banjo game. I'm sure we will someday, either if it's Rare or if Microsoft has like another developer do it, because they've done like Killer Instinct and Battletoads, and now they're doing Perfect Dark. So I'm sure at some point they'll dig up the Banjo corpse and do something with it. But until then, it's just the Banjo 1 and 2 here, the best we got.
And Pilot.
I think I'd definitely like to return to that conversation about like, should we get a Banjo 3 at this point? Maybe after like a TUI map out. It's worth exploring.
Yeah, could be a good course maybe.
I'm proud of you. I can't think of many games where you know the music.
Yeah,
yeah.
so fucking good, right?
I always give games at least a chance to wow me with music, and they very rarely do. So I'll listen to it for a little bit. Rare, there you go. And so I'll very quickly just put them on mute when I just hear generic shit. But this one didn't do it. I liked it, and I thought Kazooie was a funny sounding creature too. So.
Oh, you should know. If you see that the composer was Grant Kirkhope, you're in for a good time.
I will never remember who that is, but okay.
Well, you did Country too. Like you like the music from that too. Like you said some of that music was like from your childhood and sticks with you. I mean, it's the same guys, so.
No, wait. Country 2 is David Wise, I believe.
Oh,
obviously,
okay, but they all work together.
Yeah, but there's two different composers.
Okay, gotcha.
Still close though. Yeah.
I don't remember any composers ever, so I'll never remember that.
Oh, Dragon Quest, go.
Yeah, Dragon Quest.
He just died recently, right? It's
yeah.
I don't remember.
Akira Toriyama, right? He drew the music.
He drew the music, yeah.
Okay, maybe you don't.
Is it Tsuchi something?
Sugiyama.
There you go. Yeah, I have a heart. I'm not a music guy. I don't
Final Fantasy.
Nobuo Uematsu?
Yes.
There you go.
Chrono Trigger.
Mitsuda. Yasunori Mitsuda. But it's very rare. I just don't listen. I'm not a big music guy. So, but yeah, Banjos was a lot of fun. I liked it.
Cool.
The remap.
Oh yeah, there's a topic. Banjo Kazooie. Well, first off, I guess, do you want a Banjo Kazooie remake? Remake. I guess we'll stick with. If so, what would it look like? If not, why not?
I like so whenever they were in development, because they were in development hell for years after Microsoft bought Rare, they made Grab by the Ghoulies and some other launch title for 360 after that, the remake of Conquer, but they were in development of a Banjo game for a while, and it was in some sort of limbo where they had two different ideas. They had the idea of a game called Banjo Kazooie, which is a great game, by the way. That's a kart racer game. And then they had the idea of doing a remake of Banjo 1, but in the remake, things would be different. Like you would go to like a world and something would just be off, or like things would just happen in a different sequence, or these characters would be placed in the wrong place. It'd be like, I don't know, it was like a fun shakeup. And I think that's a really creative idea to do a Banjo remake, is to like, if you go to Clinker's Cavern and but things are way different and Clinker like eats you or something. I don't know. It's just like fun ideas like that, just like to shake it up. And I think that's a really clever idea, is to just like, you're technically revisiting the same worlds, but there's just enough there to make it different and you don't expect what's coming next. But that didn't happen, obviously, because they were in development hell, and they ended up they wanted to try something different with the platforming genre, and somehow that turned into building cars, and they merged the two ideas together and made Nuts and Bolts, because of their want to. They say it's they wanted to take platformers where they haven't gone before and make them bigger, and but then you need vehicles to traverse the stages and stuff. I don't know. It's just such a weird development cycle for that game. But they originally were wanting to remake Banjo 1, and I liked the idea that they had for it. Like I think one of their examples was like if when you got to the top of the termite hill, there was a giant termite that came out, and you had to fight it or something. Like that would have been super fucking cool in the remake.
All right, I have an idea. But as a broad statement, I would say,
Give him a gun.
yeah, let's take it out. No, as a broad idea, I think they should remake it, but combine it into Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie. Find a way to make
that would actually work in terms of the map structure itself, because you don't know anything about Tooie, but Tooie takes place outside of Spiral Mountain, so Spiral Mountain opens up and there's a world beyond it.
Oh, there you go. Well, then, because I know that's what they were intending to do. I read that note repeatedly when I was reading the Banjo Pilot stuff. But I think to add something new, they should have segments for only Banjo and only Kazooie.
Did they do that in Tooie?
Oh, they do? Okay. I think they should add that to the Banjo Kazooie levels so that they can each have something new to do.
Just a thought. Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of the Master Quest kind of mode. Shake up, not just like backwards, but like with, stuff out of place, and like it's just a note like in like a random ass place that makes you kind of work for it. And it's not all as you kind of remember it. I think it makes, and especially because with Kazooie you need to have almost everything in order to really clear the game. I definitely think that I like what the Xbox did with like carrying over the stop and swap features. So that's convenient. Maybe I don't know, it's weird because like Kazooie has multiplayer. I don't know if there's opportunities for that with Kazooie. One thing I actually really like with the Xbox version is that your total hour log counts as a speed run. And you can compare your ranking to other players across the globe. So I don't know if like that's what I want. I actually like the puzzle edition. I really don't think there's too much to be added to a remake of Banjo Kazooie. I can't even imagine a new graphics engine. Like, what are they gonna do? Use the nuts and bolts bear? Like I don't want that. So I'm kind of okay. Well, maybe like polish up the backgrounds a little bit. Like I'm okay with more of like kind of like a remaster of the palette, like maybe an Unreal Engine. Unreal. Yeah. But with the shake up. So that's I think where I'm kind of, and maybe with some of the tweaks like we were talking about with Click Clock Woods, say you made it easier to change the seasons, or yeah, I think that's the major one that I think really needs a revamp. Maybe like the Bubble Gloop Swamp, make it easier to get into Mumbo's hut after the first time. I don't know. Couple thoughts.
Yeah, I definitely don't think they should do anything where they just remake it, because I don't think that's what fans really want, and I don't think Rare would ever really want to do that anyway. So,
Nah. And that's the thing too, is that if we were ever going to get a remake, it would be now when platformers have sort of seen this resurgence. 2D platformers first, and then the 3D genre came back. So we are kind of seeing this resurgence of the ideas of the platformer. Which in 2008, when Nuts and Bolts came out, maybe it wasn't the right time for a new 3D platformer. Maybe the gaming audience wasn't, ready to accept that idea. I don't think Nuts and Bolts was the answer, but still, maybe at the time, a 3D platformer wouldn't have been the greatest idea. So now, definitely, I think it would sell, and I think we would be seeing a resurgence of the Banjo fans, the rare fans.
I agree with you. I think that Banjo has become almost synonymous with the Xbox. Ironically, like it's a Game Pass, exclusive. Not exclusive, but I mean it's a Game Pass game. Like the remaster version is. You can get it on N64, but like meh. You're still playing the N64 version. Um, the Rare Replay is kind of synonymous with like one of the best Xbox One titles. So it makes sense. Would Microsoft allow it? No.
I mean,
I'd
and
be
even
down.
with like within the culture of gaming, I mean, one of the biggest talks for the longest time was, will Microsoft let Banjo into Smash? That was a big thing, and there's probably some people, they're pushing for Master Chief or even fucking Minecraft Steve, who did make it in eventually, but which are both Microsoft characters as well. But whenever the initial idea came from a Microsoft character making it into Smash, Banjo was the one. He was the character that was talked about so greatly. So there's obviously still an audience.
And Banjo, I am the one.
He's the one. The Xbox One.
Banjo.
I forget what the name of the game that Rare's working on now, but it's really fucking pretty. What was the name of it?
Rare now has greatly disappointed me, so I I don't really trust them that much. But
It's like, it's just a name though too. Everybody that made Rare what it was back in the day are gone.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of them went on to ukulele. Weirdly enough.
Tectonic Games is the offshoot. Yeah. So what is Rare doing now? I don't even know. Since 2018, they've been working on a Battletoads revival. Well, that's out.
They're
that came out.
X19 event. They were developing Everwild, an action adventure game for Windows and Xbox Series X.
That game's really pretty. Everwild. Sea of Thieves, I didn't care anything about really. But
yeah, I've tried to play it a couple times. It's just boring.
I mean, it's a cool idea, I guess, but yeah.
It's no cameo elements of power.
Or Viva Pinata.
A friend of mine swears by that game. I
Viva Pinata. I liked the first one. I tried like I haven't played in years. I tried to play the second one the other day on the replay, and I went to the tutorial, and that game needs to be on Switch or something because it is not. It's like it's a portable game. It's like a gardening game, and trying to sit and play it on an Xbox does not feel right. Even though it is hilarious that you can like make the pinatas do a love dance, which come on, they're fucking. they reproduce.
Oh, Stardew Pinata.
But it's called Love Dance. Yeah, that's basically what they should do is put Viva Pinata on the Switch. I mean, it makes sense. The audience would eat it up.
Eat it up.
Speaking of eating it up, thanks for eating up this podcast. Obviously, you're at the end, so you like something here, and just like Spencer said at the beginning, subscribe to the channel, the show. Depends on where you're listening. And let us know if there's any remaps you want that aren't Pokemon. Terry, we're not doing Pokemon again.
Does he want us to remap Pokemon?
You know that's what he's gonna say. He's like, I want you to remap the Gen 1 of Pokemon or something.
I think to go out, we should go out on our best Geodude.
We should just go out.
Strike out on a Geodude post.
You guys want to go out?
We should just leave. Yeah, we should just leave. Guys, you want to go out?
Let's go out.
Okay.
Shout out to Geodude. 3.
See you guys later. I'm going out.
Geodude.
I'm out of here. See you guys next episode. Next episode of Alex Month. It's fucking Sonic.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.